Welcome to the Thoughtcast. Take them off. A powerful magic podcast. I am your host, Ian.
And I'm your host, Lewis.
We have a special little thing that we're doing. There's a set that just came out last Friday called
Final Fantasy, a Magic the Gathering Universe vs. Beyond supplementary set for Magic the Gathering, the trading card master game by Deckmaster since 1993. 1992.
Yay!
Yay!
And there are, how many legends? A billion?
50 plus.
50 plus, Jesus.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a little speed run of a tier list.
Ooh.
Oh my god, look, it's a tier list. We have S, A, B, C, and F.
Yeah.
How do we judge these? S means, oh hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah. A is, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I
all
like
right.
it.
Okay. B is, all right.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's basic.
Okay. C is,
You could have done
F
better.
is, why does this exist?
It's a fart.
Exactly. First, we have Ultima, Origin of Oblivion, a 5-mana 4/4 with flying. It's a god, legendary creature. All these are legendary creatures. Whenever Ultima attacks, put a blight counter on target land for as long as that land has a blight counter on it. So if it dies, it still does this. Loses all abilities and taps for colorless. Whenever a land you control taps for colorless, add an additional colorless. Commander card.
B tier.
I think I would also put it in B tier. It has some niche applications.
Eldrazi decks are gonna love it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's going to be another copy of, what is it, Oblivion Machine? What is it? Like, it's a 5-mana legendary artifact that when you tap a land for colorless, get another one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's going to be that, but you can put it in your command zone.
It's fine.
That's fine. So it does something the card already does, but now on a legendary creature.
Oh yeah.
B tier.
B, yeah.
Best place to start. Middle of the road. Okay, now we have Adalbert Stainer.
Yeah.
1 and a white for a 2/1 with lifelink. It gets +1/+1 for each equipment you have. And it's a human knight.
It's good.
C. Flat C tier. I think it might say niche play and standard. Other than that, it's fine. It doesn't do anything new.
I'm gonna argue for B, but I understand C.
I think high C. I think we can do like a high C tier. It doesn't, like, for B, it has to do something like interesting to me.
Okay.
And this is like, at best, a really good limited card.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So,
yeah.
okay.
C's good.
C is fine. Then we have, Aerith or Cherith Gainsborough. A 2 and a white for a 2/2 with lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on Aerith or Cherith. And then when she dies, put X counters on each legendary creature you control, or X is a number of +1/+1 counters on her.
Hey.
And she's a human cleric. Yeah, A tier.
Hey.
I think she's really cool. We haven't seen an Ajani's Pridemate with lifelink before. She's going to see play probably in Highlander in life gain synergistic strategy decks where they ruin your evening, some would say.
Yeah.
And
She's
also
got the relevant types, human cleric. Yeah.
And in the white-green counters deck and standard, she will absolutely see play.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. So, A's good for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ambrosia, Whiteheart. 1 and a white for a 2/2 bird.
Ooh.
With flash, when it enters, you may return another permanent you control to its owner's hand. Fairies. Landfall, get +1/+0 until end of turn. It has a chocobo text. For lack, okay, I'm gonna resist putting this in F because I hate pixies. I think this card's great. I think this card's actually insane, and they've never printed this as a legendary creature before.
No.
Which is really interesting. So I'm gonna go B.
I'm gonna go A.
You're gonna go A.
And while it may not be as good as Aerith,
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
No, I think it'll see play in standard, but that's it.
I think it'll pop up. Somebody's gonna
Make it into a commander deck.
Self bounce is like a very good archetype.
It's
yeah.
another. It doesn't
Yeah.
bounce itself.
Well, yeah, but
Sadly.
still just bouncing.
Well, no, like
your own
White Mane
stuff.
Lion can bounce itself, so you can do like the.
Yeah, but it can bounce other stuff, and you can get
Yeah.
the bounce and then make a little bounce loop between two things.
I think this card would have to be a little cooler to go into A for me.
Okay.
Personally, like A has to be like, ooh, this card's kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
So I'd put it in B.
Okay.
Okay. Next we've got Ash, Princess of Dalmasca. They're just making up words now.
Probably.
2 and a white for a 3/2 human rebel noble legendary creature.
Nice.
When Ash attacks, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom in a random order. Mono white artifacts. This is probably a commander card.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really do anything powerful, meaningful, or interesting. I'm going to go C.
I'm gonna go C as well.
Yeah, it's fine. It could be a cool commander deck, but probably not.
I think it's gonna go in the Artifact Matters decks that have white. But
yeah, not in the command zone at all, and maybe even not in the 99.
Yeah, wouldn't you rather run a better artifact?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, now for a banger, we've got Cloud, Midgar Mercenary.
Ooh.
White for a 2/1 when it enters. Search for an artifact equipment card and put it into your hand. Then shuffle. Human Soldier Mercenary. As long as Cloud is equipped, if an ability of Cloud or an equipment attached to it triggers, that ability triggers an additional time.
S.
Equipment Harmonicon.
S.
Straight S tier. This card's going to see play in every format it's legal in, probably. Mm-hmm. It's going to be extremely strong. It is probably better than Stoneforge in some decks. Not in the ones where you want to cheat artifacts into play, but ones where you want to play cheap ones that are really good and hit really hard. So, and he's really good with the Buster Sword, which we're not going to cover, but I would put that card in S if it was on the list. I think that he is by far and away either the second, third, or most strong card in the set.
Oh, definitely. He's in the top 10, probably even top 5.
Top 3.
Top 3?
Top 3 cards in the set, yeah. Now we've got Dion. What the fuck? Dijon Mustard. Sorry.
Ooh, I love this guy. Dion
Bahamut's Dominant. 3 and a white, so 4 mana for a 3/3 Human Noble Knight. During your turn, Dion and other knights you control have flying, so he gives all your knights jump, which is a keyword in this set.
So wonderful.
When he enters, create one single 2/2 white knight creature token, and for 6 mana, exile him and return him to the battlefield under your control. Jesus fucking Christ. He is a 5/5 Saga Dragon with flying. So if you don't know what Saga creatures do, don't worry about it. First and second lore counter, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Those creatures each gain flying until end of turn. Holy shit. So knights, anybody, and then for the third ability, destroy target permanent, exile him, and then return him to the battlefield.
And he makes another knight again when he does that. That's so good.
Yeah, when he enters again. Yeah. So this card is playable in Standard probably, going to be a fun mono-white knight commander. I'm going to piss you off by going A tier.
Oh. You're crazy for not putting him in S.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
He's just so good. He makes a body.
No, he's great. He's just not super great. But like putting him next to Cloud just doesn't feel right. Like that card's fucking insane.
The curve out with this guy is going to be
Sure, but like the other cards we're going to be putting in S, he just doesn't compare.
Oh, I disagree.
Okay, well, when I kill you with Cloud and you wait to resolve your Bahamut, we'll talk.
One card that makes
or Dion
3 bodies and destroy something.
Well, it's 10 mana to make 3 bodies.
You don't think that's worth it?
No. I think that...
No, 10 mana to make 3 bodies, destroy something, give all your creatures an anthem. That's wild.
But then you put 6 mana into this to activate the ability, and then he dies, and then you're like, oh.
He doesn't die.
No. Like if somebody removes it when you put that 6 mana in.
He's already done the buff.
No. He doesn't if they kill him before he flips.
No, the trigger goes. Well, okay, if they kill him before he triggers, but it's so good.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying is he's flimsy in comparison to like Cloud. That like, yes, they can both get countered, but if Cloud enters the battlefield, you probably are in a better spot than if Bahamut enters, and he's a 2-drop.
Sure, but he already makes a body to...
I think A is generous, and I'm already. S is wonderful. I think I would put it in B, and you would put it in S. So that's why I'm going to A, and we can meet in the middle there. Because honestly, I think he's not going to see play in anything except for maybe Standard.
All right,
he's fine. He's fine. He's totally good. Like he's a good card. Okay, we've got Graha Tia, like G apostrophe. Whatever. 4 and a white for a 3/5 cat archer with reach. Whenever one or more other creatures and or artifacts you control die, which is a new wording, draw a card. This ability only triggers once a turn. Oh!
See?
Oh!
He's 5 mana.
Yeah, I think this is going to be my first F tier.
Really?
Because it's 5 mana and you can have this effect in white with many different other effects. So it's like you'd rather just be playing like Welcoming Vampire.
Literally anything else.
Yeah. So F.
Put this in your Final Fantasy themed deck.
Yeah. Every single one of these can go in there. That's why it's F tier. Okay. Next we've got Minwu, White Mage, 3 white for a 3/3 with Vigilance and Lifelink. It's a human cleric. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each cleric you control, including Minwu.
B.
I
don't think it's bad enough to be in C.
I think that Minwu's fine. It's a 5 mana 3/3, which is always like, when your 5 mana card dies to Lightning Bolt, that means I can't see it being played outside of Standard. And then in Standard, I think he's going to see minimal play. So I think B is generous, but I'm fine with it because he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I like B.
Okay, now we've got Snow Villiers. Snow Villiers? I don't know. It's from Final Fantasy 16, I think. No, Final Fantasy 8.
Cool.
18?
We'll find out.
I don't know. 2 and a white for a star 3 with vigilance. It's a human rebel monk. You don't see those a lot.
No.
Power equal to the number of creatures you control. C.
It's fine. Yeah.
C tier. It's a limited card that maybe will kill people in Commander.
I mean, I can see it in a couple of decks in Standard.
Yeah, but it's a 3-drop.
Like, exactly.
Like, not really. Like, there's cards like this that are just better at, like, the 2-drop level. Like, even there's some in this set that are just better. Like, the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
See.
Now, okay, this one is... I'm going to rate this one really high because I just love him so much. We've got Stiltskin, Moogle Merchant. 1 white for a 1/2 with lifelink, Moogle. 2 and tap. Target opponent gains control of another target permanent you control. If they do, draw a card. Realistically, this card's B at max, but I want to put him in A just because you don't get this ability at 1. And I've been brewing. I think that this guy possibly could be a CEDH commander.
CEDH?
CEDH, because gifting people those shitty cards is usually really bad because it takes you turns to get there. Imagine turn 1 just landing this and one of those shitty cards, turn 2 giving it to the person ahead, they can't win.
Yeah, like, I think he'll do better not as the commander, but in those, you know those cards that say, like, you lose the game on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, just giving them to your opponents.
Well, I mean, I
like,
think he has to be your commander in those decks, sadly.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, realistically, he's C or B tier.
Yeah.
I'm going to put him in A, because he's
Alright.
adorable and he's cool as shit.
I won't fight you on there. I like me some Moogles.
Yeah, and you don't get this effect at 1. Like, you just don't. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And he's got lifelink.
Ooh.
I'll buy what he's selling, let me say. Okay, now we've got Venat, Heart of Hydelin. I don't fucking know, dude. 1 white for a 3/3 Elder Wizard. Elder Wizard, that's cool.
Wizard!
Well, Nebuchadnezzar! Okay, when you cast a legendary spell, draw a card. This ability only triggers once a turn. 7 mana, exile and flip, only as a sorcery. On the back side, it's Hayden the Mother Crystal for a 4/4 with Indestructible. It is a god. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on another target creature you control. Until your next turn, it gains Indestructible. If that creature is legendary, draw a card.
Okay. Just purely for the fact that it says draw a card on it twice.
I think that this card will definitely see play in Commander, like, a lot. The fact that the flip is 7, I want to put it in B.
7 mana is so achievable in Commander. Like, I don't know if that's the best thing you can do.
But a card being good in Commander makes me want to put it lower.
Really?
Yeah. Like, if this card was like, ooh, it's going to see play in Modern, it's like, ooh,
that's pretty
put
good.
it in A, you know? That could, wow,
I don't
good
think
job.
any of these cards are going to see play in Modern. Maybe a couple.
Maybe like
Cloud.
Yeah, Cloud, maybe VV.
You get 8 copies of Stoneforge Mystic?
Whoa, dude. Anyways, I think I'll settle for high B.
High B? Okay.
High B. Because, like, she's fine. This effect is on other cards, but she's cool.
She is cool.
She is cool. Do we want to do the crystals? No.
No.
Okay. Okay, I love this card. Zach Fair. 1 white for an 0/1, enters with a counter on it. 1 generic, sacrifice Zach Fair, who is a human soldier, by the way. Target creature you control gains Indestructible until the end of turn. Put Zach Fair's counters on the creature. And attach all equipment that was attached to Zach Fair to that creature. He does everything. He slices, he dices. He does a really good, what's the dog? The dog. The loyal attendant? No.
He is that dog?
No. Oh, he is that dog. But no, there's like a dog that you've sacrificed to give something indestructible.
Yeah.
Super cute dog, super sad, but he's that card, but so much better.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this card's insane. Like, you can put all your stuff in this one basket, you know? Never put your eggs all in one basket, but you can. You absolutely can, and he'll reward you for it, you know?
I think this is S tier. Zach Fair is definitely S tier. Are you kidding me? Because I think he goes in counters decks, selecting
equipment decks.
Equipment decks.
In any white deck, because you can defend creatures, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
like, he just goes everywhere.
putting him
which is
against
crazy
Cloud
thing.
is really hard, though. You know what I mean?
That is true, but...
Like, but you can play him with Cloud, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I'm not going to fight you on it. I like this card a lot. Let's put it in S. Okay, now on to blue. First, we've got Edgar, King of Figaro. Really?
Edgar?
Edgar, King of Figaro. 4 blue, so 6 mana for a 4/5 Human Artificer Noble. When Edgar enters, draw a card for each artifact you control. Already at least B tier.
Yeah.
Like, that card's, that's a great effect. It's 6 mana, though. The first time you flip 1 or more coins each turn, those coins come up heads and you win those flips. Oh. That's cool. I haven't seen that effect on many cards. I'm going to go A.
Really?
Well, because first off, I love artifacts. You know this. That's a lot of drawing cards. That's a lot of cards.
If he had the bottom half of his text cut off, like
he'd be B.
He'd be B.
But he has a little spice.
But it's like
I'm fine with B,
who's
but
flipping coins.
A lot of people. Sometimes,
it's boring.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think he's interesting.
In a game where we can roll dice, why do we flip coins?
Well, you roll the dice to flip the coin.
In a game where we roll dice, why do we flip coins?
We don't. Anyways, I'm fine with B. I think this card's cool though.
Sure.
Like he's gonna see play in lots of Commander.
I'd put him in C, but
he's not gonna see play anywhere else other than Commander. So you're right. Probably B tier. Let's do B. Let's do C. Let's put him in C tier. Get out of here, Edgar. What the fuck is Figaro? Anyways, Go-Go, Master of Mimicry. Already reminds me of Big Hero 6, at least B tier. 2 and a blue for a 2/4 wizard. And this is a really cool card. XX and tap. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control X times. You may choose new targets. X cannot be 0. A. Easy A. It's not an S because that double X is kind of abysmal.
And it's a crazy build around though.
Yes, but that is so cool, dude. Copying triggered abilities X times? Woo! I want to build that Commander deck already, dude. Okay? And like, what if I copied my goddamn Nebuchadnezzar triggered ability? No, I think he's really cool. A tier for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now we've got Jill. Shiva's Dominant. Hey, I did not consent to this. Anyways, 2 and a blue for a 2/2. When she enters, return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Great. Mana War, but better. Bounce. Not that crazy as a legendary creature, but for 5, you can exile and convert her into a 4/5 Saga Elemental with no keywords. For the first 2 Saga abilities, target creature can't be blocked this turn. Cool.
That's chill.
For the third, tap all lands your opponents control. Exile Shiva, then return it to the battlefield. This card will see play in standard, maybe C.
Oh my god.
C tier.
I think just for the final level of the saga, it could be in B. But the thing is, you have to work for it so hard, and you wait 3 turns.
Like, where's she gonna see play though,
exactly.
dude? I think like she's teetering on F for me because like the best part is the bounce ability on the front side. Like her coming in and just going boing, you know, in mono blue. That's cool. She can deal with enchantments in mono blue. Cool. C tier.
Yeah.
Deal. All right.
I'll take that deal.
Matoya. Archon Elder, 2 and a blue for a 1/4 human warlock. If you would scry or surveil, whenever you scry or surveil, draw a card. Draw after you scry or surveil. A. This card's almost an S for me, but it doesn't, like, it's a build around, right? It doesn't do much on its own.
I thought you would like this a lot more. Because
I do love surveilling, and you can draw off the lands coming into play. But like, for instance, if she's your commander, you don't get to play any surveil lands.
Yeah, you got 1.
No. 0. They have color identity 2 colors.
Wait, she's just blue.
She's just blue. That alone makes me go, nah. And then also, like, her in the deck, then it's like, okay, you can play her in land decks in Canadian Highlander. That's cool. And then she's a 3-mana 1/4. A tier. Because that effect is really strong, but she pisses me off that she's mono blue. Yeah. We've got a lot of A tiers. We need to be more strict. Too bad a lot of these legends are really cool. Quistis Trape? They're making... Fuck this, dude. They're making up words. 2 and a blue for a 2/2. When she enters, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard. And mana of any color may be spent to cast that spell. If it would be cast, exile it. She's a human wizard, obviously.
C.
If she had flash... S tier, S tier. But I like that she's a legendary creature. I'm gonna put her in high C because I think she could be B tier, and she honestly might see a lot of play in standard if like the right format arrives. You know what I mean? Like if instants and sorceries are just huge in the format, she can recast board wipes. Card's great.
Yeah.
But it's just right there of not doing at all enough. Being a 3-mana 2/2 in this standard environment fucking sucks, dude.
And the thing is, you have to... This isn't a 3-mana spell, right?
No, this is like a 6 or more.
6
like,
mana,
yeah,
like
if to get your value.
4.
Or you can flashback a cut down or whatever. But like, she's fine. She's totally fine.
Could have been better.
Could have been so much better. I think we should put her in B, but she pisses me off a little bit, so I'm putting her in C.
This is like one of the cards that makes me think like that they powered this set a little bit down.
Well, I mean, if they gave her Flash, holy shit, this card would be played in every format ever.
My God.
But anyways, because she can cast from your opponent's graveyards, if you didn't read that part. That's insane. Okay, next we've got... Oh, there's not a lot of blue legends, it looks like. All right, we've got Ultros Obnoxious Octopus. I like this little freak.
So you?
1 in a blue for a 2/1. When you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, tap target creature, put a stun counter on it. Already totally good and limited.
Yeah.
But that's it. If you would cast a non-creature spell and at least 8 mana was spent to cast it, put 8+++ counters on it.
That's pretty good.
F.
I am building this commander deck.
No, you're not. Shut the fuck up.
No, I'm not.
I think it would be really silly and really funny, and that's why if he is in F tier, I want to build the commander deck, but I think I have to put him in F tier because in limited, he will see minimal play, even that. You know?
I'm not even sure. There's like Bahamut. That's a 9-mana spell.
That's not a non-creature spell. It doesn't count.
Oh.
There's, I think Knights of the Round is the only one.
Knights of the Round?
Wait, no, that's also a creature, isn't it? That's a saga creature. Yeah, okay. This card isn't even that good in limited. F.
F.
Deal? All right.
Yeah. But I want to put 8 counters on it.
Yostola rule? Yostola. Okay. 4 blue for a 3/5 cat druid. At the beginning of your end step, exile target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Then, if it's the first end step of your turn, there's an additional end step, so she does it again.
Is this the commander?
No, this is just in the main set.
Meow.
Meow. Oh my god! If you don't, if she's a cat, you know, meow. Gooners, get out. No, this is cool. I haven't read this card. I haven't seen this card. She gives you 2 flickers at your end step and a second end step.
That's cool.
That's kind of cool.
There's a lot of end step triggers in the set, actually, surprisingly.
This is a neat ability, but she is a 6 mana 3/5.
How many colors?
Mono blue.
Oh, yeah. She's cool.
B?
Yeah.
She's really cool. Let me get this straight. She's really cool. B. Maybe almost A.
Like almost A.
But in the B. Yeah. But like B. Okay. All right. Ebraman. 2 and a... No, I'm not doing any comments. Sorry. Black Mage's Rod. 1 in a black.
Get out!
Adrin the Usurper. 5 black for a 4/4 Elder Noble Human. I had said that in the wrong order, but they're all right. Demons you control have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. Holy shit, that'd be great in your standard deck, right? Anyways. Star Scourge. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard. If it exiled a card this way, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 5/5 black demon that would also have Menace, Lifelink, and Haste because he gives it that. C.
Really?
Too expensive. He's cool, and he's going to see playing Commander, but C.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have to be more strict on these cards. Like, it's just...
Like, I really like the effect, and I think it's really
neat.
cool.
It's really cool.
I think it's one of the first blue cards to care about demons as well.
This is a black card.
Oh, we're on black now?
Yeah, we're on black now. This is a black card. Yeah. Average mono black demon commander.
Yeah.
C. Now.
See you later.
Speaking of C. Sea Soul. Dark Knight. Do you want to know how I got these cards? 1 black for a 2/3 with Death Touch, Human Knight. Whenever Sea Soul deals damage, you lose that much life. Then, if your life total is half or less than half of your starting life total, transform him into a 4/4 Human Knight with lifelink. Whenever Sea Soul attacks, other attacking creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. It's also named Sea Soul Redeemed Paladin. S. I think it's S. I think this card is easily S.
I think it's A.
High A? Like it's above
medium
all.
A.
I think it's above all of the other A's we've done so far. Like even like, let's for instance, what other cards do we put in A?
Put them on screen.
Like I think that, for instance, he kills all those creatures and he's a 1-drop.
Yeah. But
that's pretty crazy.
I think people are not.
You somehow got me to put Bahamut in A over this card.
Yeah, I just don't think. I think too many people are going to be burned by the fact that he deals damage.
No, not at all. So I played him in my limited deck. I played him in...
Well, you're a good player.
Okay,
right?
sure.
Okay. So, like, I think people are not going to realize that trying to get to half of your starting life total...
Isn't a good thing. You should be racing there.
No.
Yeah. But, like, okay... take out good player or not out of this. I kept a one-lander with Cecil and I killed them. They died. Like, it wasn't even close either. Yeah. They just, like, they bounced him to my hand. I played him again. I obviously drew lands throughout the game.
Yeah.
But I kept a one-lander with Cecil, and I buried them. Like, they died. It wasn't even close. Like, this card, in Limited, easy S tier, right? But in Constructed, I just think that, like, 1, blocks a Ragavan and survives every time.
Sure.
2, it is going to be fine in Standard, especially against red decks, because they'll have to get bigger to kill him. And even if they do, he'll at least trade with those creatures, even if they are tokens, right? Like, he's all upside. For a 1-drop, that's pretty insane.
I just think it's... The ceiling, you're looking at just the ceiling.
The floor is that he dies to a removal spell and he's a 1-drop. And that's kind of crazy.
No, the floor is he gets you to 10 and they destroy him when he flips.
Which is fine. He's already probably put in damage on them or killed their creatures, though.
But
like, he has to have done that if you're that low.
Sure. Or they could have just waited for him to flip and then...
No, he doesn't flip unless he's done things. That's the crazy part.
I mean, if you're at 10 and they're at 10...
And then they use a removal spell to kill my creature that's going to flip. I don't care. It was a 1-drop.
Like,
it did its job. That's okay. So you're thinking about the floor, and I understand. But I think the floor is that he gets played and he dies, right? And then they used a removal spell on the 1-drop. But if you're already at half your life, he's killed creatures. At minimum, he's killed creatures.
Just take it.
But then, yeah, then it's great. I used 1 mana to make everybody go down to 10 health in an aggro deck. Yeah.
It's like,
are you fucking kidding me?
I just think it's fine. It's great. No, I don't think it's fine. I think it's really good.
I think it's extremely good.
I just don't think it's crazy insanely good.
I would easily put it in S tier because, like, the mana investment is so nothing.
It's nothing, right?
It's nothing, yeah.
But
he's almost all upside besides the life loss, which he then mitigates with his 4/4 backside.
I think it's going to hurt more people than it's going to...
Sure. Well, no, it's going to help more people than it hurts. We can agree on the fact that it's gonna win games. Like, this card will win games on its own, and that's insane.
Yes.
But I also think that maybe you're downplaying the fact that, like, if he gets you to low health, he put in work.
Sure.
Right? He will die to removal spells, but he's a 1-drop. So I think it's fine that you put him in A. I'm going to put him in S.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
I'm going to overrule you 1 time on here.
Overrule
You can do it to me 1 more time in the game. Or you can do it for Bahamut. Or what's his name?
He gave me a genie's wish.
Yeah, but, like, I'm just going to say that I think this card's going to see play in every format that it's legal in, so I'm going to put it in S, basically. Okay. Except for maybe not Commander. But even then, he could be the Commander and he'd be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we've got... looks like we go right to Fang, Fearless ECL. Isai? 2 and a black for a 2/3. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard, draw a card and lose 1 life. This ability only triggers once each turn. Totally fine. Melds with Cheerful Isai. Okay. We'll get to the meld. Actually, let's just read the meld creature now. Ragnarok, Divine Deliverance. It's a 7/6 Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Reach, Haste. Whenever Ragnarok dies, destroy target non-land permanent and return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Obviously, that backside is fucking insane, but you have to play some mid-legends to get there. For instance, let's grade Fang. See? Like, I think it's going to be fun in some commander decks where you're like it'd be fun in Muldrotha, right? You play a card from your graveyard, draw a card.
I just think it's a shame that they didn't have, like, the partner with to make it easier.
Well, I mean, then it'd just be a commander set.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But, I think I'm actually thankful that they didn't do that in a standard set. You know what I mean? Like, if it was a commander set, I'd be like, what the fuck, guys? Nobody cares. But I think that, like, the fact that they didn't do that is totally fine. And in commander, this card's going to be cool, but it's not going to see play even in limited, I don't think. So...
Unless you're trying to, like, force the meld.
Yeah, but it's cool. So see.
Cool. See.
Yeah. Oh, I love this guy. Gaius Van Belsar. 2 black for a 3/2 human soldier. When he enters, choose 1. Each player sacrifices a creature token of their choice. Each player sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. Each player sacrifices an enchantment of their choice. Enchant removal in black in the command zone. B. Card's really neat.
4 mana Shield's Edict that can hit enchantments.
That could be a 3/2.
Yeah.
Like, it could be a 3/2 that hangs around, right? Like, I think that in Commander, this card's an easy A. Like, because it slots into a lot of decks, and it hits everybody, right? It's not single target removal.
4 mana, though.
Yeah, but like, Commander's slow.
It is.
It's fine.
It can be.
I think in Commander, it's A. I think I'm teetering on C everywhere else, so B.
Okay.
Yeah. Next, we have Jacked. Reluctant Guardian. 3 and a black for a 4/3 with Menace. Whenever Jack deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it, then return it to the battlefield transformed. 7/7 Menace, Braska's Final Aeon, whatever that means, Saga Nightmare. For the first 2, each opponent discards a card, then you draw a card. For the third ability, each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. C. I think it'll see play in Limited a lot, and it'll be a limited bomb. A 4-mana, 4-power Menace.
That's great.
Otherwise, it's an unexciting card, so I'm going to put it in C.
C?
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Next, we've got Kane, Treacherous Dragoon. 2 and a black for a 2/4 with jump. During your turn, this creature has flying. Whenever Kane deals combat damage to a player, that player gains control of Kane. If they do, draw that many cards, create that many tapped treasure tokens, then lose that much life. This is a commander card.
Yeah.
Through and through a commander card.
I don't think any good.
And it kind of pisses me off it's in the main set. And nobody's going to play it because this card's bad.
Yeah, I think this is going to be last picked in a couple of drafts or something like
F.
that. Yeah.
I'm firmly in F because even when I think about playing this in Commander, it's not even fun. It's just like, okay, here you go. Oh, you're going to hit me now. Makes sense. You know? So, no. Reno and Rude, the most text I've seen on a 2-drop ever.
Jesus
1 and a black for a 2/1 with Menace Human Assassins. Whenever Reno and Rude deal combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. Then, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, you may play that card this turn, and mana of any color may be spent to cast it. It's cool. It does a Ragavan impression in Standard, but you have to sacrifice stuff to play the card, and it doesn't give you mana to accelerate to it.
Yeah.
But it is a 2-mana 2/1 with Menace.
C.
I think I'm putting it in B. It's a 2-drop. Like, you don't have to invest a lot into this for it to be, like, fine and do its job as a 2-drop. You know what I mean?
It does exile cards, like, regardless of you sacrificing.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
B. I'm putting it in B.
I'm putting it in C.
Okay. I think it's totally playable.
Okay.
In Standard, at least.
Yeah.
Like, there's some, like, Standard playable, and it could be a cool commander.
It could be.
Yeah. Okay. And in Limited, it's going to be fucking great.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be great in Limited. That's why I'm putting it in B.
Okay, maybe B then.
Yeah. Okay. Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier. 2 and a black for a 3/3 human avatar soldier. Whenever Sephiroth enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw a card. If a creature dies, Blood Artist, shoot somebody for 1, gain 1. It's a targeted, it's not each. Thank God. And if this is the 4th time this is triggered, flip him. On the backside, it is Sephiroth 1 Winged Angel. Angel Nightmare Avatar, 5/5 flying. When it enters, you get an emblem with the Blood Artist. Drain somebody when a creature dies. When it attacks, you may sacrifice any number of creatures if you do draw that many cards. This card's really cool, but it is so very much a commander card. It'll see play in Standard, probably, and in Limited, it's going to be a bomb.
S tier. S tier. You know why?
Why?
Just the emblem.
The emblem's great.
I'm going to try and flip this guy as many times to get as many copies of that emblem.
You can't flip him. You have to kill him to flip him back.
Exactly.
Though. Okay.
I'm going to do that.
Well, that's fine. That's really niche. I think I'm not even questioning putting him in A, but I am very much questioning putting him in S because he's really strong. But I don't know. He seems vulnerable to me in a lot of ways, unless you do get that emblem, then he's like totally worth it.
It's a 3-drop.
And I do love Blood Artists. Like, I love Aristocrats, and like, I'm even hesitating to put him into S.
Really?
Yeah.
I think he's that good.
Like, in comparison to Cloud, Cecil, for me personally, he just fucking dies to Cecil, get wrecked, boom. But no, and then there's like a bunch of other legends that we'll get to, like Vivi, that are just like, that puts this card in the dirt. You know?
I don't think it puts it in the dirt.
Yeah.
I think they're different shells, right?
Okay.
But I think that Sephiroth does the Aristocrats thing
really well.
Amazingly.
Like, he does, yeah, he's a great commander for any Aristocrats deck. Do you want to overrule me on this?
I will overrule. This is S.
Okay.
No, you're crazy
Sounds
for
good.
not putting it in S.
Okay, I mean, you can convince me probably, because I really like him. I'm going to build this commander deck. But, like, I don't know. Part of me just thinks, like, 3 mana for a Blood Artist.
Hey,
and it doesn't trigger off your opponent's creatures, I'm pretty sure.
It's above.
Oh, it does.
It does, yeah.
S.
Yeah.
You don't have to overrule me. I thought it was just your creatures.
No,
this card's fucking great.
No, it's wonderful.
God damn. All right, okay. Yeah, we had to take a little break off camera. Sorry, guys. We stopped on cephalid. Cephalopod. Anyways, next we've got Vincent Valentine. 2 black for a 2/2. 4-mana 2/2. Assassin. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a number of +1/+1 counters on Vincent Valentine equal to that creature's power.
That's pretty good.
When Vincent Valentine's attacks, you may transform it. into a 3/2 trample lifelink werewolf beast named Galleon Beast. Basic. Whenever Galleon Beast dies, return to the battlefield tapped from face up.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, that's fine. This is a commander card, right?
I think it's a commander card, but it might see play in standard.
Maybe. Well, I mean, base power, let's say you don't kill anything. It's a 2-mana or a 4-mana 2/2 that when it attacks, it can be a 3/2 with lifelink that doesn't die?
I mean, it's solid.
It's fine.
I'll put it in C.
Right?
Or C or B.
The +1/+1 counters reset, though.
Not when it dies.
No,
when
I know.
He dies,
when it dies, it does reset. So you have to be careful about that.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
B. B. It's good.
It's cool. Maybe if it said creatures you control die, then I'd put it in B.
Is it creatures your opponents control?
I think it's creatures your opponents control.
Yeah. It's kind of mid, but if you're going up against a big green stone,
in Commander, it's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in Commander, it's really cool. But in like against an aggro deck, it could be fine because it has a lifelink.
Yeah.
So
it's chill.
Sure, middle of the pack. B it is because it's interesting. Next we have Xenos Ye Galvus, 3 black for a 4/4 with My First Friend. What a stupid name for an ability.
For real.
When Xenos Ye Galvus enters, choose a creature an opponent controls. Until end of turn, creatures other than Xenos Ye Galvus and the chosen creature get -2/-2. So you protect a creature, massacre, worm, everything else. When the chosen creature leaves the battlefield, transform. I'm not saying the name again. Shinryu, Transcendent Rival. It's an 8/8 with flying that says when it enters, choose an opponent. When the chosen player loses the game, you win the game. It's a fucking commander card printed in a standard set.
Yeah.
Isn't that so interesting? Oh my god, in Limited, you used an 8/8 to kill your opponent. You win the game. Wow, I had no idea. F.
This is...
no, the card's cool. The card's cool.
Good.
It's stupid.
C, but I think I'm going to put it in F too, just because it's
I fucking hate the idea. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Put it in the commander set, dude. Fuck off. Oh my god. Wow, I killed my opponent, I win. Shut up.
No, it's 1v1.
It's a neat card, but it also is just kind of mid.
Yeah.
Like, it also is just kind of like a big idiot.
How much is it?
5 on the front side for a 4/4 that massacres everything except for one creature of your choice, I think.
It's only -2/-2 until end of turn, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, it's big, it's dumb, it's stupid, and it's not even that cool.
Yeah.
I doubt I will ever see this commander deck except for new players.
Yeah.
So that makes it an F.
Sorry.
Zadir, how do you say it? Zodiark.
Zodiark, yeah!
Umbral God. Black. 5 black mana for a 5/5 god with indestructible. When Zodiark enters, each player sacrifices half the non-god creatures they control of their choice, rounded down. Whenever a player sacrifices another creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Zodiark.
A.
First initial reaction is B.
Really?
It's 5 fucking black mana.
That's great.
You can only play this in a mono black deck most of the time.
Yeah.
So in those decks, if it's sacrifice themed, cool. It's interesting.
It's going in my Evan.
Great.
Commander
You
deck
like
is
it a lot
great.
as an A card. I think this card is B at best.
It's
because
indestructible.
it's indestructible, which matters less and less every day. It gets overkilled really easily.
Yeah.
Like, it dies in this limited environment, which is kind of insane. But it's a 5 mana 5/5, or no, it's a 5 mana 5/5 with indestructible, with words on it that are relevant. Like, you can board wipe people.
And it's not a 5/5, really.
No,
like,
no,
if
not
they
really. It doesn't have trample. It has no keywords besides indestructible, though. So I'm teetering on, like, it doesn't win you the game outright. It gets pretty close, but you also have to sacrifice your creatures.
Yeah, but if you're in that kind of deck, you're looking to do that already.
Yeah, what if it's your only creature? Then it's pretty good. But if you also have creatures on board that you don't want to get rid of, then it kind of sucks. Like, I think this card's fine.
Sure.
I think it's a B. I think A is generous. I think
generous.
it's a really cool card, so it makes you want to go like, ooh, A. But I think it's actually just flashy and it's a B card.
Anything with that many colored pips in its mana cost.
Gotta be great. Gotta be good. No, I think it's silly and it's cool, but it's not going above a B for me. Okay. It's barely at a B for me. Okay. Barrett Wallace, 3 and a red for a 4/4 human rebel with reach. This card's kind of interesting. When Barrett Wallace attacks, it deals damage equal to the number of equipped creatures you control to defending player. So if you have 3 equipped creatures, when you attack with Barrett, they take 3.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's cool.
In limited. Like, it's really good in the white-red hero select or character select, job select. That. It's really good in that deck specifically in limited. Other than that...
I think it's a very cool, like, build-around commander because you get to run all the living weapons. Yeah. You get to run all the job selects.
Yeah.
You get to run... Not some of the 4 mirror.
But I'm actually like doming them for 5 probably.
Imagine doming them for 10.
Yeah. That's neat.
Cool. That's the ceiling.
That's the ceiling. The floor is it's a 4-mana 4/4 with reach.
That dumps for 1.
It's fine. Cool. It's fine. Well, you have to get an equipment attached.
Oh to it. Yeah. So there's loops, but it's cool.
It's fine.
B.
No.
C.
Like C, because it's cool.
It's cool.
It's neat.
C for cool.
C for. Kinda cool. Like it's interesting, but it's not gonna see play anywhere besides limited. Let's be fucking for real, okay? It'll see play in the 99 of some commander decks probably. Yeah. But that's it. Next we have Clive. Ifrit's Dominant. We've got 4 red, so 6 mana for a 5/5 human noble warrior. I didn't know Clive was a noble. That's cool. Yeah. When it enters, you discard your hand and then draw cards equal to your devotion to red, which if you don't know what devotion is, it's the number of mana symbols on permanents you control of that color. So Clive alone would give you 2 devotion. For 4 red, so 6 mana, exile it and return it as Ifrit, Warden of Inferno. It's a 9/9 with no keywords. Ifrit fights up to 1 other target creature for the first flip. For the next 2, for 2 and 3, add 4 red. If it's the second time, it flips back, which means you would get that ETB again to discard your hand and draw a bunch.
Big red, anybody?
Big red, it's a fucking commander card. You wouldn't play this in big red. It doesn't kill any creatures. It doesn't affect your opponent. It doesn't even draw you that many cards if it's just by itself. It does a poor imitation of Ox of Agonis, okay?
It doesn't have 4 power, 4 toughness, flying, and fire breathing.
It doesn't have... Yeah, you're right. It's just a worse...
it's just a worse Shivan Dragon.
It's just a worse Shivan Dragon, dude. Fucking get on his level. B.
B, yeah.
It's cool. It's a cool effect, but it's a commander card.
And the fact that it flips into a 9/9 is nice.
That kills a creature.
Yeah.
Right? But that alone is 12 mana.
Yeah.
So, across 2 turns probably, but still. It's a B.
Yeah.
It's a B. Furion, Wild Rose Warrior. 2 and a red for a 3/3. Equipped creatures you control have haste. It is also a human rebel warrior, if that matters to you. Can't be blocked by cowards. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it, except it has this equipment...
Yeah.
This equipment ability costs 2 less to activate. Sacrifice this token at the beginning of this next upkeep. Sorry, I'm stumbling because I read this card wrong. I thought when an equipment entered, you had to pay 2 to copy it.
No.
No, you just get a copy.
We were talking about this earlier. It's so good.
This card's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my first pre-release event, I played red-white, and I had this. I had the 2 mana 2/2 with haste, but I also had the big mono white equipment that gives +2/+2 for each artifact you control. My opponents would have been so dead if I knew how this card worked.
Oh my god!
I was holding it because I thought I had to pay 2 to copy it. No, I just crater hove my opponent.
Yeah, no, that's so good. Are you kidding me?
No, this card's fucking insane. A tier.
Yeah.
A tier. This card's so fucking cool.
Oh my lord.
Holy shit. Yeah, you're talking about Wallace for the living weapon stuff? No, this card's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, A tier just because of how fucking awesome it is. That's so cool. All right, now for maybe an S tier just because of how interesting it is. Maybe. Freya Crescent. 1 red for a 1/1 Rat Knight. During your turn, Freya has flying and tap for a red. Spend this mana only to cast equipment spells or to activate equip abilities. I'm putting this in S. Let me explain to you why.
No, I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
1, red mana door, when they're situational, are really cool. 2, it gives you a nice build around for a 1-drop commander. It's not CDH playable. It doesn't matter. But it's so seamless. It's so interesting. It opens up so many doors. Do you want to build a living weapon deck where this is the ramp card to get you there? Do you want to build a Voltron deck where she helps you accelerate to doing that? Do you want to just play this card in the 99 of an equipment deck? She is a very playable in the 99 as the commander, everything in equipment decks for the rest of time.
She's so wonderful.
So interesting.
She's exactly amazing. And she comes with, like, She is a red mana dork, which is cool enough on itself.
Yeah.
At 1 cost.
A rat.
She comes with evasion too.
Oh yeah, she has flying. She has flying on your turn.
It's so cool.
Flying men in red.
Yeah.
Like I think we're missing the fact that this is just a good aggressive creature.
Yeah.
Like it has evasion.
Oh my god.
It's great. Like this card's interesting, and it has so many lines, and it's a rat. Mm-hmm. Give me more rats in red, dude. I like this card a lot. It's really cool.
It's good.
Okay, next we have Gilgamesh, Master at Arms. 4 red for a 6/6 human samurai. When Gilgamesh enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put any number of equipment cards from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. When you put 1 or more equipments onto the battlefield this way, you may attach them to target samurai you control. Gilgamesh is a samurai. This card's 6 mana for a 6/6 with an ETB that is relatively powerful and cheats at mana. I'm not that interested in it.
Does this...
It doesn't go with Godo, no.
No, it's like, that's what I was saying. It like imitates Godo.
But in the worst way possible.
Yeah. Because like, if it was literally Godo, like...
if you could search and put it into play, this card would be an instant win. Are you fucking kidding me?
But like just the fact that it's a cool commander, and I like that you get to like sift through, and it's kind of
you get to like cheat at mana, you get to put stuff into play and attach it for free. Like it cheats all the things, right? I personally am more interested in Freya.
Yeah. Like
this card's cool and it's splashy. It's just not. I don't know. I'm teetering on C, but I have to put it in B because it's cool.
It's good and it's cool.
Yeah, but like
B tier's good.
There's so many more. Like Godo's just better in a lot of ways. Like I like it. It's cool. I'm never gonna play it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. No. Okay. We've got Prompto Argentum. Yeah. Prompto Argentum. 1 and a red for a 2/2 haste. When you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, make a treasure. We can just say C and move on.
Yeah.
Cards, whatever.
It's fine.
It's a limited card. Done.
Not even.
Yeah, it's playable in aggro decks and limited.
Yeah,
it worked really well for me.
2/2 with haste, right?
Yeah, it worked well for me.
That's the most important text on it.
Beep beep. Who cares? All right. Queen Brane. 2 and a red for a 2/1 with prowess, human noble, but you wouldn't guess from the art. Looks like a homunculus. When Queen Brane attacks, create an 0/1 black wizard creature token with, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, deal 1 damage to each opponent. Cool?
Cool.
C.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's C tier. I like the wizard tokens a lot. I think they're probably one of my favorite tokens in modern history. I just like the idea of them. This card sucks.
Yeah.
It's a 2/1 for 3. Even in limited, I was sitting here with this card in my hand just going, I just want to discard this to draw cards. You know, I didn't really care. C.
It's like fine. Like the wizard build around is there and it's cool, but
yeah, I don't want to put it in F because it's neat, right? But no. Okay. Raban, Bowl of Alamigo, 1 and a red for a 2/2 ward, pay life equal to its power. Already great.
Yeah.
This card's already cool. When it attacks, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to target attacking creature. Not it, an attacking creature. It's also a human warrior, if that matters. Yeah, in equipment decks, S tier.
Everybody loves cheating.
And everything else, B?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's put it in like A tier. Just for solidarity.
Because like the fact that you do that, like there's so many cards in this set that cheat the equipment, but it cheats for anything else.
It's a bear.
Yeah.
It's a bear with ward, pay life equal to its cost.
It's
At
so
the
good.
floor, that's insane.
Does it have to attack as well, or does
it's when it attacks, attach it to an attacking creature.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that's
it's
fine.
not.
Yeah.
That's why it's not S. Otherwise, it'd be fucking crazy,
Oh my
dude.
God.
This card's insane. This card's gonna kill people in Highlander, in maybe like Pioneer equipment decks. Standard, it's gonna be crazy. Put my Aether Spark on something. Ooh. Anyways, yeah, A tier.
Yeah.
Safer Almsley. I don't really like this card that much. 3 and a red for a 3/4 human knight. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike. Okay, sure. It's like Exalted, but a little better. Firecross. Whenever Safer Almsley deals damage to a player, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. With double strike, that means you do that twice.
Yeah.
If a spell would put into your graveyard this way, exile it instead.
That's what sucks about it as well.
Oh, well, I mean...
It's like, if I'm going to be...
I'm just not interested in this card at all.
Yeah.
Like, it does a lot of stuff, and I'm sure I'll die to it in Commander, but, like...
It's fine. C. C
tier. Vaughn with 2 A's, Street Thief, 2 and a red for a 2/2, so already not great. Grey Ogre, Human Scout. Whenever one or more scouts, pirates, and or rogues you control deal combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. You may cast it. If you don't, create a treasure token. Does this ignore timing restrictions? That's kind of cool.
Does it?
Yeah, whenever you deal combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that library, you may cast it. I think this ignores timing restrictions. Whenever you cast a spell you don't own, put a +1/+1 counter on each scout, pirate, and rogue you control.
That's crazy.
This card's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's like, the only thing that's holding it back is...
it's a 3-mana 2/2.
It's a 3-mana 2/2.
With no ETBs.
It doesn't have, what was that OTJ... Outlaws.
It doesn't say Outlaws.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Outlaws, but
it's
a little
missing
different.
a couple few.
Yeah, it also has Scout I like Scouts, the keyword, or the creature type Scouts. I've always liked it. It's neat. Mm-hmm. You know, Godo, or no, not Godo, Golos. Golos is a Scout. That matters. Anyways, this card is a B tier card.
B.
It's interesting in Commander. And it's actually really interesting in Commander because, you know, that's where you get to play all of them from history.
Theft
and
deck.
Also probably not have everybody remove your 3-mana 2/2. But other than that, it's not going to see play anywhere. Yeah. It's cool.
You know what? C.
I think I'm going to keep it in B just because of it's how cool it is. We don't see Scout Tribal.
Okay.
You know, I move things up by how niche they are, and this card's kind of niche. You know, like you don't see this all the time. You know, Scout, Pirate, Rogue. That's neat.
It's fine.
All right, last red legend we have Zell Dinked.
Nice.
Am I allowed to say that? 2 in a red for an 0/3 human monk. You may play an additional land each turn.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah. Zell gets +1/+0 for each land you control.
Yeah.
Okay. At the beginning of your end step, return a land you control to your owner's hand. It's not that bad.
That's cool.
Like that downside is like equalizing, you know? In a landfall commander deck, that'd be really cool.
Like this goes in Gruul. I don't think this is a commander.
No, I want to play this with my Field of the Dead.
Oh,
yeah, just like make zombies, you know, and he gets you your land drop back so you can make more zombies. Mm-hmm. Like, this is a maybe Pioneer card, not Modern, so anything Pioneer forward, maybe Standard card, that'll see a lot of play in Commander.
It lets you protect your Field of the Dead by having it in your hand.
That's true.
It is kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. Basically, I think that, and it's not really protection, they just leave the Wasteland until it's in play, but, like, I think that it might see play in Standard in, like, niche landfall decks, because there's a lot of landfall cards in this set, so it might happen. B? Because it's interesting?
Yeah, I'll take a B.
I'll take a B. Okay. Green. We have Bartzen Boko. 3 green for a 4/3 human bird, affinity for birds. When it enters, all of your birds can punch any number of creatures.
Not any number. I think it's just one.
Oh.
All the birds punch one.
This card's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's fine.
C.
You know what?
C tier.
2 mana.
2 mana removal spell is fine, and it's a 4/3. But when are you gonna have all those birds, bro?
Birds of Paradise.
I love birds.
Yeah.
I love birds. This card's terrible.
Yeah. Limited All-Star.
Limited All-Star. Yeah, that pushes it up to a C. If it wasn't good in limited, I'd make it an F tier.
C.
Yeah, C tier is fine. Okay, this one's really cool for me personally. Diamond Weapon. 7 green for an 8/8 elemental legendary artifact creature. Costs 1 less for each permanent card in your graveyard, reach, and prevent all damage that would be dealt to Diamond Weapon. I like big mechs, but this is an F tier card. Like, I think this card's interesting. It could be a 2 mana 8/8 with reach that can't be dealt damage. If. And we put that card draw card in F because it's so restrictive. This thing is worse than that card.
I think it goes in C.
Why? Because it's good and limited?
Because you can cast it for 2 mana.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only reason why it goes in C.
There might be, like, a deck in, like, some other older format, like Modern or something, where you can mill.
Of permanents, right?
Permanent cards in your graveyard.
Cards.
Yeah.
So, like,
I want to say this card's probably going to be bad in everything except for older formats where you can mill your deck.
Yeah.
Because if you can cast this for 2 on turn 2, that would be pretty insane.
That'd be great, but you can't really do that anywhere.
No, not really.
And even if this is your commander, you're just not having a good time.
No, I think I'm going to put it in F personally. I think this card's just nothing. Like,
I think it's better than F, but like, not by much.
It's not better than other cards we have in F. Like that card draw legend, we put an F because it's restrictive. This card's worse than that card. The 3/5 that draws a card when an artifact or legendary creature dies.
This thing can attack for 8 damage.
That's true. It's not a 3/5.
I'm not like saying it's not F tier worthy. I just think it's a little bit.
I think I'm just gonna put it there to populate F tier more.
Sounds good to me.
Like it could easily be. We could be wrong, and it could be some like vintage all-star. But like, I don't think this card's that good.
I think it's fine.
And who cares about vintage anyways? Quina, Coup Gourmet. 2 and a green for a 2/3 coup. Whenever one or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus a 1/1 green frog creature token are created instead. 2, sack a frog, put a counter on Quina. Or Kina. I don't care. This card's fine and limited.
It's great and limited.
I
kicked his butt with it.
Yeah, you did kill me with it. This card's... and even in that deck, it was fine. I think outside of, like, limited, this card is super silly. Mm-hmm. And it'll be played in token decks.
I think that's the only spot that...
Well, yeah, obviously that's the only spot. So, but also, like, there's just better versions of this card, like the one that makes food from Lord of the Rings.
Tireless Provisioner?
Mm-hmm. No. It's a Hobbit. It's whenever you make tokens, make that many tokens plus a food. Pippin?
Pippin? It's either Pippin or Mary.
It's one of the two. Mary Duck Babadook or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. The card's fine. It might see play. Yeah, it might see play in some token decks and some formats, mostly Commander, but probably not. So C. But I do like frogs. That's why it's not an F.
Frog tribal.
That's why it's not an F. It's because I like frogs. All right, I think maybe the last green legend. Oh no, we have 2 more.
There's a dog.
Yeah, those are the other 2. Yeah. Zach Catstroy. Cadstroy?
Zach Catstroy.
He likes bird. He got a little bird in his hand. He's super cute. He's probably on screen. 3 and a green for a 3/3 human pilot, but he doesn't have the pilot text. F tier. No. Whenever he enters, you may search your library for a bird or basic land card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Whenever Zach Catstroy attacks, or Catstroy, I don't know, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature. Cool. B. Yeah, it finds a bird.
Land or a bird.
Yeah, I think I'm more thinking about like what cool birds can you get.
Birds of Paradise.
For instance, you can get Birds of Paradise, but maybe in like Canadian Highlander, you can go get Idiot Bird, which is either the one that counters an activated ability, or you can go get the one that stops people from searching. But this is a 4-mana 3/3. It goes in token decks or counter decks. It goes in counter decks. But it's also 4 mana.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. B tier is fine by me because it will kill people really dead. So, and you don't miss your land drop.
Yeah.
Now for a card I am hyped to play in many formats. Tifa Lockhart. 1 and a green for a 1/2 human monk, trample. Landfall. Whenever a land enters, double Tifa's power until end of turn. I'm a Berserk fanatic.
This thing
Love me some
kill
Berserk.
People.
With Berserk.
It's going to kill people fast.
Yeah, so I used to play this deck called Masamaru First to Live. It was a 6-mana creature that just had the text doubled the number of power and toughness equal to the number of cards in your hand. Doubled. So if you have 6 cards in hand, it's a 12/12, right? Yeah. That was my Berserk deck. But Tifa's just like that card, but a little better. Like you cast, I don't know, Giant Growth on her, play a fetch land. And then go to combat, cast Berserk on her, then fetch. Yeah. So, like, she's just going to kill people so dead.
You're not going to block my 5/5?
Oh, 10. No, you've taken 40. Good job. You know, she already has trample. Yeah. So, for instance, in Canadian Highlander, she's going to kill people in Blitz decks.
Oh
okay?
God,
in like, Temur Blitz, shoo-in. Crazy. In Commander, she's just going to kill people. You're just going to die. In Standard, she's just going to kill people. You're just going to die. In Limited, she's gonna kill you. Like, this card's great, but it's not S tier because it doesn't do anything when it first enters. You know what I mean? Like, I want to put this in S tier because it might see play in every format it's legal in.
If we were grading cards on what they do when they enter, like,
well then yeah,
solely that, I think
this card's cool enough. I could let you force me to put it into S, but I think that it alone is A tier.
Oh yeah, yeah. It alone by itself is totally A tier. I don't know if it's too inconsistent for S.
Absolutely. If it was like you didn't have to, like, because you have to have lands to do stuff with this, it's all right.
Yeah.
But it's an A. It's an A. It'll absolutely kill the fuck out of people. It's like top of A tier. It's almost an S. All right. Oh, well, actually, we have 2 more green legends now. We have Torgal, a fine hound. 1 and a green for a 2/2. Whenever you cast your first human creature each turn, that creature enters with an additional counter, +1/+1, for each dog and wolf you control. It also is a mana dork. You can add 1 mana of any color with it. I don't know, B tier? It'll see play in Standard.
I'm going to surprise you with this.
It's kind of mid and limited.
I'm going to surprise you with this. This is either an S or an A.
Why?
It is a 2-drop mana dork, which people will play.
It's a bear.
Right?
Yeah, it's a bear.
And human is the most relevant. Maybe not the most, but it is one of the most.
Yeah, it's
relevant.
probably the single most relevant creature type in Magic history besides Goblin.
If you turn 2 this, then turn 3 play human, it's already coming in with
like a 4-drop
power.
Human. Let's say you played that night creature that you're infatuated with. It would enter with an additional counter on it.
Or a better human than that. Like what?
Yeah. Like Cecil?
Maybe. Or like Aragorn?
Yeah, but that's 4-color. I think that, like, this card, if it wasn't green, it would be better. Does that make sense?
No.
Like, if it didn't tap for mana and it was a white card, holy shit, this card goes in every Death and Taxes deck ever.
It adds 1 mana of any color.
I know, but
it's so relevant.
You need to first have green mana. And green is the worst human's color.
Ah, you're crazy.
No. This isn't just me. Like, if you ever see a humans deck...
Like, I know it's white humans. And
no, humans are always in... They're in every color but white, usually. Like, there are green humans, they're just not as prevalent.
I just think this card is going to... It's a mana dork with
give me a deck to play it in then.
Selesnya counters.
Okay, yeah, that's great. I would play it in there.
Yeah. Selesnya counters, you get human tribal.
What human deck are you playing it in?
Human tribal.
No.
What do you mean?
What human deck? Like, give me colors.
You can play it in Abzan.
Like
humans.
Abzan? I could see Abzan human. But the sad thing is that it's not a human. Does that make sense?
That doesn't matter.
Sometimes it does.
Every other human that you cast enters with a +1/+1 count. I think for 2 mana, having every other human you control come in with a +1/+1 counter is so worth it.
It's not invaluable, that's for sure, but it is good. I just think that this card could be replaced very easily with other cards.
Maybe.
And that's why it's not, like, pushing A for me. I think B tier is, like, totally fine for this card, but I could be wrong.
I think this is A tier. I seriously think that this is A tier.
You've convinced me that it's better than I thought it was, so it's not a C tier.
I'm not going to ask you to change where you put it on the list.
No. I had it in C. You've convinced me that it's at least B tier.
Okay.
But, like, again, it is a bear. Like, bear mana dorks are not to be laughed at, and it's 1 mana of any color, and it has more than that.
Yeah.
But I think that it alone is not that good of a card. Does that make sense?
You wouldn't play a 2 mana 2/2 that adds mana of any color if that was it?
No, never. No, I wouldn't play that in most decks because like most of the formats I play in, Birds of Paradise is legal, and that card just leagues better, obviously.
Oh yeah.
So there's no reason to play this, but I think if Abzan Humans is a thing in Canadian Highlander, it's worth thinking about.
Well, I mean, people play what's that freaking wall? That 0/4 that taps to add mana.
That's different. That blocks everything.
Sure.
Like that's entirely different. But I think that you're thinking of Wall of Blossoms. I think, or no, Wall of I don't know. It's Rampart.
Like
something Rampart. Oh, Sylvan Caryatid has hexproof, my friend.
Okay.
It's entirely different. It's an 0/3 with hexproof. Yeah. This card's totally good.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna break any records. No. In my opinion. So that means B for me.
I think this is
It could easily become an A.
I'm gonna fight you, but I think we both realized that it's good.
Yeah, I think what I'm doing is we're coming to the middle. I was at C, you were at A. Let's just do high B for now.
All right.
We could easily be wrong. Like you could be wrong, or I could be wrong. It could totally be fine.
Videos, I'm putting it in A.
Do whatever you want. We have Vanille, Cheerful IC, the other meld. So it turns into that Ragnarok card, but you need this one to do it as well. So 3 and a green for a 3/2. When it enters, mill 2 cards, then return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Totally fine. And then at the beginning of your main phase, if you both own those 2, you can play 3 black and a green to flip them. This card is so it's unfair.
Yeah.
Like
the other one is actually better than this.
So much better than this card because like they work together in tandem, right? She enters, returns it, you draw that, and you draw a card. Totally fine. This card on itself, F all the way. It's a 4 mana 3/2 with a mid ETB. F. So now onto the big portion of this video where most cards in this set are actually multicolored legends. I think there's like 25 of them. So
speed run. All
right, we have Absolute Virtue, 6 white and a blue for an 8/8. The spell cannot be countered, flying, and you, not this creature, have protection from your opponents.
See.
Yeah.
See, it's like fine.
I had this in my limited pool, and I didn't even think about playing it.
Exactly.
This card's like the worst True Name Nemesis to ever exist because it still dies to every removal under the sun. It's not even an artifact creature, mid.
If it was like 2 mana cheaper, maybe it'd be a little bit better.
It'd be too good 2 mana cheaper.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like this effect just has to be 8 mana or more, and it's really not that good.
C.
Balthier and Fron, 1 red-green for a 4/3 with reach. Vehicles you control get +1/+1, have vigilance and reach. No, whenever a vehicle is crewed by this creature and it attacks this turn, if it's the first combat of this phase, you can pay 1, a green and a red. There is an additional combat.
Yeah, B. Vehicle tribal. It's chill.
This card's so mid.
Yeah.
I think you're overrating it.
I think it's cool.
Sure.
Because giving the vehicles the abilities is kind of like that. I haven't seen anything like that before.
Vigilance and reach on vehicles.
But I'm not saying it's a great, amazing card.
Bottom of the barrel, B tier. Maybe even C, honestly.
All right, C it is.
Yeah, I think I'm putting it in C. Now, here's an uncommon I'm putting above this card. Black Waltz number 3. 2, a black and a red for a 2/2 wizard, flying death touch. When you cast a non-creature spell, deal 2 damage to each opponent.
A.
In limited, it's an A. I'm putting it in B because it dies to shock. Like it dies to like every removal under the sun, but it's a legendary gutter snipe.
Yeah.
So in Commander, if you've ever thought, wow, I love gutter snipe, I just want to put this in my command zone, bang.
I thought about building this guy. He's cool.
He's really cool, and like as an eggs commander, you know I love eggs. I can just churn through my deck and dome people. It does not say instant sorcery.
Yeah, non-creatures.
I think I'm putting this card in B.
Okay.
Because, and I love this card. It's not A because it dies to shock. Like it dies to fucking lava dart, flashback lava dart. Like it's not. It's very vulnerable for a 4-mana card.
Yeah.
But it's really powerful. So, and here's a rare. We might just put an F tier. Choco, Seeker of Paradise. 1 green, white, blue for a 3/5 bird. When one or more boards you control attack whenever one or more birds you control attack, look at that many cards from the top of your library. So this alone would be 1 card. Put a land card from among them onto the battlefield, tapped, and the rest into your graveyard. Landfall, +1/+0 until end of turn.
Oh, this is somebody's Timmy commander deck.
Yeah,
like somebody who likes
this is somebody's
Fantasy.
bird commander deck.
Yeah, it's fine.
I personally want to put it in F because it's so bad by itself.
Yeah, but you're building like the
in
bird
Commander, it's a B tier, sure.
Yeah.
Or I think we'll put it in C.
Everywhere else. Oh yeah, considering everywhere else,
it's gonna suck.
F.
F. I'm putting. Sorry, Choco, you're adorable and I love you, and you have a Moogle in your art, but I'm gonna have to put you in F tier.
You belong there.
Sorry, dude. Now we have Sid, all of the Sids, all 20 of them.
God dang.
Yeah, so Sid Timeless Artificer is 2, a white and a blue for a 4/4 human artificer. Artifact creatures and heroes you control enter with an additional +1/+1 counter for each artificer you control and each artificer card in your graveyard. Oh wait, no, they don't get counters. They get a static +1/+1 for each of artificer and artificer in your graveyard that you have. A deck may have any number of cards named Sid, Timeless Artificer, and cycling for blue and a red. This is the first legendary creature they've done this with, which means you can't have multiple in play at a time. So this effect is really weird.
Isn't there a dragon? No. That's why it's bad.
No, so there isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this being a legendary creature, it tracks all the ones in your graveyard, which is good. And it has cycling, which is good. I think this card is neat in many formats.
C.
Yeah, I'm putting it in C. It's really cool. It's neat. I'm good. Cloud of Darkness. 2 black, a green for a 3/3 avatar flying. When Cloud of Darkness enters, target creature an opponent controls gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of permanents in your graveyard. Great in limited.
Cool.
It's a C. No, it's so good in limited. I died to this card.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a removal spell on a 3/3 flyer. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think C, because it works with
Is it 5 mana?
Yeah. 5 mana 3/3 flyer that kills a creature.
Like in limited, I'm comfortable playing it.
Yeah,
it's like
okay. I can deal with F. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Put it in F. Fuck it.
Yeah.
F. Emmett Selch Unsundered. 1 black and a blue for a 2/4 Elder Wizard Vigilance. Whenever Emmett attacks, draw a card, or enters or attacks, draw a card and discard a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 14 or more cards in your graveyard, flip it, and he's a constant Yawgmoth's Will. So he's a 6/6 Vigilance already. That's crazy. During your turn, you may play cards from your graveyard, and if a card will be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. One of my favorite cards is Yawgmoth's Will, and I'm putting this in B.
Yeah.
I think this card is totally fine. Like
getting 14 in there is...
That doesn't matter. The best part of this card is it loots every turn. Like, and it's a 2/4, so it can attack. Does it have Death Touch? Was that a thing? No, Vigilance. It has Vigilance. So that's totally fine. It blocks, it attacks, it loots. It's going to be fine. I think you can play it in your sideboard in Standard in a blue-black control deck for when you're against mono-red, because it's going to be totally fine there. And also, it's going to be...
2/4?
It's a 2/4 for 3.
Whoa,
yeah.
Okay.
So it's totally fine in your blue-black control decks in Standard, and I also think that it's going to be a fun commander.
Yeah.
B.
C.
It's too good
like
for
the
C.
backside is really good.
And the front side's really good. But getting to the backside is not that great in like a standard environment. Right. So I think B is like honestly a little maybe too low for it, but I think B is fine.
All right.
Okay. Next we have the Emperor of Palamecia. 1 blue and 1 red for a 2/3 human noble wizard. Tap, add blue or red. Spend this only to cast non-creature spells. That's pretty good already. Yeah. That's pretty great. Already probably in like B tier. When you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 counter on the Emperor of Palamecia. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, transform it. 3/3, Starfall. Whenever the Lord of Master of Hell...
Oh my god.
That's its name, the Lord Master of Hell. When it attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of non-creature non-land cards in your graveyard. I think this card's a easy B.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, it's just good as a mana dork for those non-creature spell decks, and in Limited, it's going to be a house. So, yeah, B.
B.
All right. X-Death, Void Warlock. 1 black-green for a 3/3 Spirit Warlock. When it enters, gain 3. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 6 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, transform X-Death. And then it's a star 3 trample where its power is equal to the number of permanents in your graveyard. This card's great in Limited.
Yeah, it kills people in Limited. I got it up to a 12/3. It was wonderful.
And it has trample, so they just die. I think in Limited it's an easy A, but everywhere else it fucking sucks, so I'm going to go C.
Alright, C's good.
Yeah, C's good. Because, like, I don't know, man, a 3-mana 3/3 that gains you 3 life?
Fine.
Yeah. Okay, now this card's fucking awesome. Garland, Knight of Cornelia. Okay? So it's a black and a red for a 3/2, so 2 mana 3/2. When you cast a non-creature spell, surveil 1. Creme de la creme, already A tier. Dude, this card's fucking insane in so many formats. It's an aggressive creature with long-term benefits. Do you know how good surveilling is every time you cast a spell? It's great. But not only that, from your graveyard, you can spend 7 mana, 3 black, black, red, red, to return it as a 5/5 with flying that when it dies, it goes on the bottom of your deck.
Ooh.
So it's just all around really versatile Swiss Army knife of a card that will kill your opponent dead for you.
That's
A tier.
What does he cost?
2.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
2 mana, 1 black, 1 red.
Hell yeah.
Human Knight.
Yeah.
That could matter. This card's fucking awesome. I love it. I'm going to put it in so many artifact-based decks that's not even funny. Okay, 1 green, 1 white for a 2/2. We have Garnet, Princess of Alexandria, Human Noble Cleric, Lifelink. When Garnet attacks, you may remove a lore counter from each of any number of sagas you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on Garnet for each lore counter removed this way. I don't know, dude. C? She's a saga commander?
She's a saga commander, but she gets in for big damage. So,
she does get in for big damage.
She has lifelink, which is relevant.
The amount of build around you have to do in Standard for this to matter at all, and she's never seeing play in Vintage or Pioneer or Modern or any of those formats. So I think...
Commander.
Yeah, she's a commander card. So C.
Okay.
And she's a good commander card.
Yeah.
Let's get it straight. She's going to perform. Okay, this one's fun. Gyat. It's spelled G-I-O-T-T. Is it
Gyat?
Is it Gyat or is it Gyot? Gyat?
G what?
Like, Gyat sounds like a dwarf name. Like, I'm not just brain rotting here, right?
Yeah, sure.
King of the Dwarves. 1 red, 1 white for a 1/1 with double strike. Put it in double strike. Put it in double strike decks. It has double strike, everybody. When a dwarf or Gyat enters, or an equipment you control enters, so any of those things, whenever they enter, discard a card and then draw a card. Go put it in your equipment decks, try it out. I don't know if it'll be that good, though.
The fact that it's discard first is
It's okay, and it also has double strike, so for those equipment decks, it's probably pretty good with that. Otherwise, I think I'm putting it in C tier.
C.
C's overpopulated as hell, but it's okay. Okay, we took a little recess.
Another one.
Another one. Okay, yeah, I know where we are. My throat has been thoroughly soaked with milk.
You trying the GOMAD diet?
No.
Gallon of milk
This is
a day.
dairyless milk. It's
Soy boy.
Fairlife. I love Fairlife. It's so good. Okay. Not sponsored, just like it. Okay. Gladiolus. Amicidia?
It's my favorite character in that video game.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He's chill.
Final Fantasy 15?
Yeah.
Okay. 4 a red and a green for a 6/6 human warrior. When he enters, search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Landfall, he gets +2/+2 and trample until end of turn.
No.
Oh, another target creature.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So 6 mana is a little bit, like, it's a lot for it.
I mean, it's doing its best Golos impression. Do you remember Golos?
Golos, Tyler's Pilgrim.
Yeah, 5 mana, 3/5. When it enters, search your library for a land and put it into play. Yeah, Golos was banned in Commander. This is not Golos.
No.
Because Golos had an activated ability that would, like, win you the game. This card is fine?
Fine.
I don't know. I think I'd put it in, like, C tier.
Gruul Landfall, yeah.
Gruul Landfall. Like, it's cool that it gets any land, and it's cool that it can buff any creature on the battlefield.
It's a limited all-star bomb.
Yeah, it's going to be a bomb.
Are you
What is it, a 6/6?
+2/+2?
Yeah,
so,
it does give trample.
So
yeah.
It gets a land onto the battlefield.
Yeah, so
and you can play one from hand.
it immediately buffs something.
So you can get a +4 buff. It's
yeah,
nice.
I'm just comparing it to the next legend we have to cover, and it's just not that good.
Yeah,
Like,
C's probably good.
yeah, C's fine. Okay, Golbez, Crystal Collector. A blue and a black for a 1/4 human wizard that says whenever an artifact you control enters, surveil 1. Playable. Already great.
Yeah.
I'm going to slam that in a bunch of decks already. This card's great, but it has more words. It says, at the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more artifacts, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Then, if you control 8 or more artifacts, deal damage, each opponent loses life equal to that card's power.
Okay.
I'll return Embercool, everybody lose 15? No, that's never going to happen. But, like, yeah, in what deck are you playing 8 artifacts and Embercool? And Golbez? None. But Golbez is really interesting. For instance, we are trying to get into playing Canadian Highlander. I am brewing a deck right now, again, called Mockstorm. But basically, in that deck, you're just trying to play all the cheap, useless artifacts. Like, I'm even thinking about playing Darksteel Relic.
Yeah.
0 mana artifact is indestructible. That's all it does. But, like, when you cast it, you'll surveil 1 on that other guy, and then when it enters, you'll surveil 1 on Golbez.
Yeah.
So that alone is really good, and it's a 2 mana 1/4. So if you're a more control-heavy artifact deck, then he's really great in there as a blocker. He'll never really be on the offensive, but then if you get to that 8, maybe you'll start hitting people for, like, 2 or 3 or something with that surveil. So
B tier?
no, I think I've got him at A. I think this card is one of the most playable legends in the set.
Like, just because of the surveil?
Just because of that surveil. That surveil is stinky. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
You know? Like, if he didn't even have that other line of text, he would still be quite playable. But he's got more. Like, he
triggers off of, like, artifact tokens, too.
Yeah, anything.
Nice.
And he's a 1/4 for 2. Like, that's big. And he's a human, if that matters. And he draws you a card eventually. Yeah. Right? So,
that's cool.
Overall, A is where I'm putting it.
Oh, you can pitch... with the surveil. Okay,
you can mill cards and then draw those cards.
A-tier,
yeah, absolutely. He works really well with himself.
He jacks himself off.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little bit. Okay, Hope Esthium. Yeah. I don't know. White and a blue for a 2/2 human wizard with lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X cards where X is the amount of life you've gained. This is one of the strongest mill commanders I've ever seen. Besides, like, Bronos or Boros, Borborigmos. What's his name?
I don't know.
Bruno? It's Bruno, isn't it?
Bruno?
Yeah, it might be Bruno. So, this card's fun because you can play, like, that enchantment that gains you 20 life when it enters and deals 20 damage to you when it leaves and just mill everybody for 20.
Oh my god, finally a win con for infinite life.
Yay! No, this card is interesting.
It's a B tier build around.
Sure. I don't really have any strong opinions about this card whatsoever. I don't care. It's whatever. Ignis Cynthia. 1, a green and a blue for a 2/2 human advisor. When Ignis Cynthia enters, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. I'm coming up with a new recipe. 1, a green and a blue for tap. Exile target card from a graveyard. If a creature token is exiled this way, create a food token. Okay, so he can cook some shit up.
So that's all he does?
Yeah. He's the first legendary version of what's the card? Crawling Reef? Risen Reef, right? Risen Reef's a great magic card, and this is an ETB. It doesn't say when he was cast. You can just flicker him and get lands into play. In Canadian Highlander, they still play, I think, that 3 mana 1/1 that does this ability. But, like, this guy's just a 2/2 with other words on him. I don't know. I'm putting him in C tier.
I think he's F.
I don't think he's F because he ramps.
I guess.
Like, that alone is just good enough to be out of F tier.
I'm, like, tired of Simic.
Okay, so personally, it's an F.
Yeah,
but I think this card's playable. Like, very playable. So I'm not going to sell it short, but you can put it wherever the fuck you want. I think B is fair. Or not B. I think C is fair. I think C is fair.
C is very fair.
I could hear an argument for B.
F.
No. Genova, Ancient Calamity. 2, a black and a green for a 1/5 alien. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of plus and plus encounters equal to Genova's power on up to one target creature. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. Whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, draw cards equal to its power. So she turns things into a mutant, and then when it dies, you draw a bunch of cards.
That's pretty powerful.
Okay. She seems boring. We've read so many legends today, or at least I have, and a lot of these are really cool and neat, and this card's just...
This is card draw. That's all it does.
Right, and she's a 1/5, which means she's putting 1 plus and plus encounter on something base, and then turning it into a mutant, and then if it dies, then you draw a bunch of cards. But, like...
If people build this commander deck, they're going to deck themselves so many times.
It's going to be great. She's cool in commander.
That's it.
Yeah. I don't know. She's 4 mana for a 1/5. She'll probably be good in limited. Mm-hmm. Right? At the beginning of combat. Yeah, at the beginning of combat, she just puts plus and plus a counter on something.
That's nice.
At minimum, in limited, she's going to be playable. And in commander, she'll also probably be pretty playable. But I am not interested.
See?
Sure. Now this guy, I have a lot to talk about. Okay, Joshua, Phoenix Dominant. 1, a red and a white for a 3/4 human noble wizard, so a 3 mana 3/4. Mm-hmm. When it enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. 3 mana 3/4, that's already great. Yeah. That's already a very playable card. Then, for a 3, a red and a white, exile Joshua, then return it to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. It is Phoenix Warden of Fire, a 4/4 that... on 1 and 2 deals 2 damage to each opponent. By the way, again, this thing is a 4 mana flying lifelink.
Damn.
Sorry, it's a 4/4 flying lifelink. So with that lifelink, when it deals 2 damage to each opponent, you will gain that life. Yeah. Right? And at 3, return any number of target creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Exile Phoenix, then return it to the battlefield.
That's good.
Then you would get to discard cards and loot again. Right? This card... I think just as a 3 mana 3/4 that loots, or not, it rummages, right? Rummages up to 2 is a very playable card. 3/4s for 3, playable. You know, it doesn't die to lightning bolt, it doesn't die to shock, it dies to shock and lightning bolt, but that's 2 cards, so who cares, right? And when it flips, that flip is excessively powerful.
Oh yeah.
Like it drains you life back, and it can reanimate a bunch of things. But I feel validly arguing for these cards, you cannot talk about their backside because it's so hard to get there through a bunch of removal and through all the layers and all of that stuff. Like, it's just very hard to get there. So the way I judge these cards is based off their front side. The front side, this card's not going to see playing commander because it's not splashy enough, so people are going to be like, I don't care. Even though it's extremely playable, it is probably going to see playing standard as just a beater. It's a limited powerhouse. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. Who's gonna be able to kill this thing when it flips?
This is going to end some games.
Yeah, it's going to end some games. And in, I don't know, Canadian Highlander, it's probably pretty solid. I don't think it'll see play in like Pioneer or Modern though, personally.
No, it's a fun dude.
But I think I'm going to put it in B tier. High B tier.
High B tier? Yeah, it belongs there.
I don't think it's good enough for A tier. I could in the future be proven wrong, but I think this card's just solid. All right, now we have Judge, Magister Gabranth. For a white and a black, we have a 2/2 Human Advisor Knight with Menace. Whenever another creature or artifact you control dies, put a counter, a +1/+1 counter on Judge Magister Gabranth. This card's great and limited, but it does a bad impression of El Presidio from that other set where he kills the creatures himself and puts counters on himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not Menace.
He doesn't Menace. So does this guy.
Bartolome doesn't.
Bartolome doesn't have any keywords?
No.
Okay. Well, so, I mean, being the sack outlet makes up for that. I don't know.
I think you run like a full playset of Bartolome, but this guy is what gets through.
Sure.
Right?
Well, both of them do. Bartolome's huge.
He's huge, but you can chump him all day.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
It's a little bit harder to chump a Menace creature.
Usually the Aristocrats deck is winning through other means than just big beaters. But in Standard, I think you're talking about, right? Like in Standard, both these cards are going to be best friends.
Oh yeah,
they're going to be great. In other formats, this guy just does not make the cut. You can play him in Aristocrats decks, but he doesn't do anything except for be rewarded off of what other cards do, when often you have cards that do everything already, like Bartolome, who sacrifices stuff and puts counters on himself. You're not really caring about the menace at that point. You just want the free sack outlet.
Yeah, plus the fact that, like...
And he's not at sorcery speed.
Aristocrats isn't really, like, their game plan isn't really going big, right?
Sometimes,
It can be, but...
No. So in specifically 1v1 formats, my experience with Aristocrats is that sometimes you just swing. Like, sometimes that's the last thing you need. You know, you drain them a little bit here and there, and then you just go, oh, right, I have a bunch of 1/1s. You know, so, like... It can matter.
Yeah, in 1v1 formats, that's the way, but, like, death by 1,000 cuts is the...
Usually how it goes. Yeah, so he's fine. I think I'm going to put him in C tier. Like, low C tier. I just don't see myself playing this card, but it's totally, like, good. Yeah. If that makes any sense. He's just outclassed by everything else at this point. Okay, C is becoming overly populated because...
Hey, that's what they decided when they made all these mid
cards, yeah. Speaking of not mid cards, Kefka, Court Mage. For 2, a blue, a black, and a red, we have a 4/5 human wizard. When Kefka enters or attacks, each player discards a card. Then, you draw a card for each card type among cards discarded this way. Already pretty solid. Then, for 8 generic mana, each opponent sacrifices a permanent of their choice. Then, transform Kefka, only as a sorcery. All of these transform abilities are mostly only as a sorcery, though. Kefka, Ruler of Ruin, an avatar wizard. A 5/7 flying. When an opponent loses life during your turn, you draw that many cards. This is a commander card through and through, but it's a damn strong one at that.
It is a bomb and limited.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
In the pre-release that we went to, the first opponent that I went up against wasn't really a drafter or a sealed player.
Yeah, but they had a Kefka in their sideboard.
I convinced them to go 3 colors to splash for Kefka.
Yeah.
They won all their next matches.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in all the matches where they played Kefka, they won.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Mythics with bomb, enter the battlefield abilities, and extremely powerful flip abilities are going to win. Like, that's not even a question. This card's probably a limited bomb, but it's a commander card. Like, this is an insane commander card.
And it's good.
Especially because it says each and then tracks for each. You know what I mean? So if they, like, everybody discards an artifact, that sucks. But that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? If somebody discards a land, the other guy an artifact, the guy a creature, and you an instant or whatever, then you draw 4 cards when this enters, and you only had to discard 1 card. And you made your opponents go down a card. This card's great in Commander. It's not CEDH viable whatsoever, but it's definitely a splashy, big, cool effect, and I'm happy putting it in B.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Because, I don't know, I just don't see it getting played anywhere else except Limited and Commander. So
like maybe Standard. I'm thinking about it, but it's like... It's not necessary. That's the thing. It's 5 mana, and then it's more to flip. Like, you could be winning much quicker.
Yeah, there's just faster cards, and, like, the 8 to flip is not going to happen.
No.
So, Kuja, Gnome Sorcerer? Genome Sorcerer. I'm going to call him a gnome sorcerer from now on. 2, a black and a red for a 3/4 human mutant wizard. At the beginning of your end step, create a 0/1 wizard creature token with, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, deal 1 damage to each opponent. Then, if you control 4 or more wizards, transform them. I'm sad you can only ever have 4. I wish you could just kept going. But he then transforms into Trance Kuja, Fate Defied, a 4/6 with, if a wizard you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead. So all of your wizards now paying for 2. I don't know, I'm kind of just pissed off that you can only ever have 4. Like, I guess you could kill him and then bring him back, but he still checks for 4 or more. So you have to, like, loop him every time you want another one.
This is... like cool,
it's great
Rakdos wizard tribal, right?
Sure,
if you're doing Commander, that's cool.
Yeah, your sadly Gutter Snipe is a shaman.
Yeah.
I think.
It's lame.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like...
But Black Mages run... Ooh.
No, yeah, it does make it into a wizard. That's right, it gives a creature type wizard. But no, I think that this card is neat, but I don't care. I like the wizards too. Let's do B.
B?
Yeah, let's be generous.
B.
It's gonna be powerful, and it's gonna do stuff. Okay, you like this card though. Lightning, Army of 1.
Oh yeah.
1, a red and a white for a 3/2 human soldier with first strike, trample, and lifelink. When lightning deals combat damage to a player until your next turn, if a source you control would deal damage to a player or a permanent that player controls, deals double that damage instead.
This is good.
So she only deals double damage to the player and players and that things that player controls, right? She only doubles damage to like the stuff that player has, right?
Yeah. This is good in 1v1s.
Oh my god, yeah. I think that this card. So a lot of the problems.
First strike, trample, lifelink.
Yeah.
I don't care if this thing gets shocked. Okay, it's 3 mana, and it's got all that. I understand why.
No. Like what my quarrel is right now is that like we always make this discussion of like, does it have an ETB? Does it have immediate effect?
Yeah.
Does it have haste? That the answer to all of that is no right now, right? But this card is so pushed.
It's so much.
But it also has 2 fucking toughness, dude. There's a card.
It's got first strike.
There's a card in this set that kills it for 1 mana.
Cecil, no.
No, not Cecil. The red burn spell that has modes, but for 1 red and then like 0 mode, it deals 2 damage to target creature.
But this is worth it.
Like, if you hit them, you probably win that game.
Exactly.
Right? Like, is that good enough, though?
Yeah.
Sometimes. I don't know. I think, personally, I can only put this as high as A.
So, if they block it with a 2/2, you're getting through, right?
No, it doesn't have trample.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does have trample.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. But if they block it with a 3 toughness creature, then it
they
dies.
lose a creature.
They lose a creature.
So, it's worth.
Well, I mean, if it sticks around, this card's fucking insane, but it gets sneezed on and it dies. Right? That's, like, I understand what you're saying, and I'm still hype about this card enough to put it in A.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, all of that considered makes it obviously not an S. If this card had haste, it'd be the best card in this set. Are you fucking kidding me?
4 keywords?
No, take off lifelink. You know? Give it, first strike, trample, haste. Woo!
Lightning Helix? Lightning Helix?
Yeah, I get
3
it.
power?
I get it. I don't care, though. I think that this card is really interesting because they're starting to push creatures to a point where, like, you have to think now, is it worth to play this card even though it doesn't affect the board immediately?
Mm-hmm.
This one is a close maybe. Like, it's like if they don't deal with it or they can't, they will lose that game.
It's like Ragavan, right?
Well, Ragavan's a one-drop.
It's a 1-drop. There's the difference, right?
There's a huge difference. And Ragavan also can have haste.
Yeah, if you dash him out.
Yeah, like he has... Don't compare this creature to Ragavan. She also dies to Ragavan. Oh, wait, no. Ragavan doesn't have first strike. She kills Ragavan. Yeah. Hey, merit in her favor. No, I think she will see play, and I could eat my words on this, but I think she's going to be good. I don't think she's going to be like, whoa, this card needs to be banned, but I think she's going to be like, oh, yeah, if she sticks around, you lose. But that's a lot of creatures nowadays. Mm-hmm. She's just one of the better ones. Does that make sense?
She's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, she's cool.
I think she belongs in S.
Limited bomb.
I think she belongs in
I think I would agree with you if she had immediate impact, but she just doesn't.
Okay.
When she dies to that removal, you will feel bad. It's that simple. Like, she didn't do anything, right? You just discarded a card,
but
right?
That's what happens when anything dies to removal and you don't get
Well, sometimes. I think that, like, the reason I have those cards in S tier that I do personally is because they're either really cheap for what they do, or they have immediate impact, right? Like, that's how I gauge my, like, ooh, this is insane, right? This card is insane, except it just doesn't do anything for a turn, right? So that's why I think high A is fine for this card. It's very strong.
Okay.
It's very strong. Okay, now we have Lock Cole. For 1, a blue and a black, we have a 2/3 human rogue with Death Touch and Lifelink. Whenever Lock Cole deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card.
Already pretty good.
I love looters, bro, and I also love evasive creatures. I'm a blue-black fiend. This card is right up my alley. In Limited, I'm going to slam first pick this card, and I'm going to be happy about it. It's a C. Like, this card, like, in Limited, this is going to be like an A tier card. Are you fucking kidding me? Death Touch Lifelink on a 3-mana 2/3? That also gets you card advantage?
Yeah.
They're not going to want to block this thing. Are you kidding me? And if they do, it dies, you know? It's just that the fact that this is a 2/3 with Death Touch, that's 3 mana, and then there's Cecil in this set is so fucking funny to me.
Bro, you're just on that Cecil dude, bro.
I want him. I want him so bad. I have 2 copies already.
Oh
but no, this card is good. It's good. But good is not good enough anymore. Dang. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, this card would have been like in the 90s or whatever. People would have lost their fucking minds. You know?
Banned in the 90s.
Yeah, are you kidding me? But like, it's
fun. It's
a limited bomb, and that's it, pretty much. Okay. Sure. Next, we have Noctis, Prince of Lucius, or Lucas? Lucius? Okay. 1 and an Esper for a 4/3 with lifelink. It's a human noble. This card's insane, by the way.
Yeah.
When you may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that artifact enters with a finality counter on it. So you can't loop. But base stat, it's a 4 mana 4/3 with lifelink, and a busted ability akin to Lurrus of the Dream Den.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing. It is no Lurrus, okay? Obviously, you still have to pay mana for stuff, but the finality counter is a mere small downside. Basically, it's like a Yawgmoth's Will almost for your artifacts. This card is going to be a CDH card. I can already tell. I think this is going to be a CDH card because, for instance, you could like play Krark Clan Ironworks, get your what's the rock that tutors? Wishclaw Talisman, right? You get your Wishclaw Talisman, you activate it on the stack, sacrifice it, play it again, activate it, sacrifice it, play it again. You know, like this. Oh wait, no, it'd be exiled that first time. Yeah. But maybe you can remove the counter somehow. Yeah, you win, basically, right? You only need two tutors to win in a game of CDH. But like, I feel like you could probably remove the counters really easily. Get yourself you
could have something that prevents the counters from being put on there in the first place.
Yeah. Or I was thinking like a Hex Parasite. Yeah. You know, just eat the counters. Like this card could easily go infinite. Like really easily go infinite. It's the only thing you have to worry about is the life loss. But like, he's really cool. Yeah. Really powerful, really strong.
Main character energy?
He is a main character in his game, right?
He is.
Yeah. I think high A is good because he's also just like low impact when he first shows up. Yeah. So like, because you can, for instance, like with Lightning, there's no way. But with this card, you could possibly get something really cheap or even free from your graveyard the second he comes in, right? Sure. So like, that's why I think... But like, you also need other cards to make it work, so I think A is fine for this card. It's a good
build around.
Yeah, it's a really good commander, and it might see play in other formats simply because of the value engine it can be. Yeah. I don't see it seeing play in Modern or anything like that, but maybe Pioneer, maybe Standard.
That about all these cards. They just don't seem Modern playable.
No, not really, except for like Cloud, or maybe even Cecil, and maybe Lightning. But probably not, let's be honest.
If you can give her haste.
If you can give her haste, banger. That card's killing the fuck out of people, dude. Get some lightning greaves on that lady and kill people, dude. But no, just the fact that she needs other cards, right? We're still talking about lightning. There's so much to talk about there, but we have to move on. Noctis is an A tier card.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, a personal favorite of mine that's really bad. Omega. Heartless Evolution, 7 mana, 5 a green and a blue for an 8/8 robot. When it enters, for each opponent, tap up to 1 target non-land permanent that opponent controls. Put X stun counters on that permanent. You gain X life, where X is the number of non-basic lands you control. This card's really cool. Is it good? No. This card is not very good. In Limited, it can be pretty
You're probably
insane.
Going to put 2 or 3 stun counters on there.
Yeah, maximum. In Limited, but in Commander, you could just like flicker this and lock everybody out of the game. Like, I'm just imagining just being like bing, 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 bing. Everybody can't play anymore. Like, that would be really fucking cool. I might have to build that Commander deck. But overall, outside of Commander, in Limited, he's totally fine. Like, he's not that good.
I don't think he's showing up anywhere, honestly.
Commander, max. And maybe not even there, let's be honest. And in Limited, you can play him. He's fine. He's like half a removal spell on a 7 mana 8/8. Okay, sure. But then...
Gains life, which is...
Yeah, a little bit of life gain. But other than that, I think, sadly, we kind of have to put him in F tier just on the basis of, like, he doesn't do anything.
Thank God a Simic card in F tier. Oh
let's go. The world is healing. Get him! Yeah! All right. Riona Heartlily. Or Heartily? Heartily. 3, a white and a green for a 4/4 human rebel warlock. When... Riona enters, create an Angelo, a legendary 1/1 green and white dog creature token. Whenever Renoa, I think it's Renoa.
It's probably Renoa.
Heartily, I don't care, attacks, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. Limited card, C, move on.
Limited bomb.
Limited bomb, C, move on.
Yeah.
Okay. Rufus Shinra, the other card maker. We've got, whenever Rufus Shinra attacks... Oh, wait, I have to fucking do all the other stuff. 3 mana for a 2/4. It's 1, a white and a black for a human noble. Whenever Rufus Shinra attacks, if you do not control a creature named Darkstar, create Darkstar, a legendary 2/2 white and black dog creature token. So it's like a 3 mana 4/6 kind of.
That's cool.
And limited bomb.
Yeah.
C, move on. I like the dog makers. They're fun. They just don't. They're not splashy. They're not sexy. They just do what they do and they're done.
The coolest part about this is that the token that you get for both of them has both on the flip.
Oh, that's cool. It's like they knew. Are these two like arch nemesis or something.
Dog, I don't know.
Okay. Next we have Redia, Summoner of Mist. A red and a green for a 1/2 human shaman with landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Cool. That's really strong. Like landfall rummage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do more thing for playing the game?
Yeah, do more thing for doing free action. Awesome. Cool. Like, put this in your landfall decks in whatever format you want. It'll probably do enough. But there's more. Summon X. Tap. Return target Saga card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. It gains haste until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. That ability is probably just for the limited environment in here.
Yeah.
Like, all honestly, the 2 mana 1/2 that rummages whenever you play a land is to consider here. Everything else is fine. It'll do stuff in limited.
Does it say, is it just Saga or is it enchantment?
Saga.
Okay, yeah.
Otherwise, this card would be fucked.
Yeah.
Like, this card would be insane if it could just return enchantments with finality counters. Ooh! But I think, like, summon is, like, a thing in this game where you return those Saga creatures.
Yeah.
Right? In the actual game, it corresponds to how the game works. But, like, I don't know. If I'm here for this card, I would play it in, like, I'd probably play it in Temur lands in Highlander, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, because, like, that effect is strong. If I'm putting, like, 3 lands into play a turn, that's 3 rummages for free.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty good. I think I'll put it in B.
B, yeah.
The effect is interesting, and it's really strong. So, next we have Sarah Farron. 1, a green and a white for a 2/2 human citizen. 3 mana, 2/2, Grey Ogre, get it out. Your first legendary creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast.
That's pretty good.
Commander card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 2 or more other legendary creatures, transform her. She fucking dies. It's a crystallized Sarah. Legendary artifact. The first legendary spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. Legendary creatures you control get +2/+2. This is a great
Legends mattered. Yeah.
Commander. Yeah, she's not going to see playing standard
No.
because she's a 3 mana 2/2 that doesn't do anything.
And I don't even know if she goes in the 99. Because, like...
No. She could be... I mean, if you were in White-Green Legends and she wasn't the Commander, you could play her in the 99. For sure, yeah. She flips into an Anthem. Yeah, why not?
It's fine.
She reduces your spell cost, but that's all Commander words. You know what I mean? Like, all of the crystals, for instance, in this set, they're Commander cards. They're 4 mana spell cost reducers. What the fuck? Like, they're good, but you're not going to play them in Standard.
No.
I think this card is fine in B tier. No. Fuck that. C tier.
C, baby.
All right. Shantoto. Tactician Magician. That's a great... Tantoto, Tactician, that's great. Shantoto, Tactician Magician.
Say that 10 times fast.
No. And then this is a 1, a blue, and a red for an 0/4 Dwarf Wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Shantoto gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the amount of mana spat to cast that spell. Spent to cast that spell. If X is 4 or more, draw a card. Limited bomb.
Limited bomb.
Like, this card will kill people. Sadly, it doesn't get trample. Otherwise, this card would just be, like, playable in so many formats. But because it's missing that one, like, get a keyword or something like that.
If you're going infinite with Storm, all right?
Great, you have a blockable infinite 4.
You don't want to, like, do the Stormwind. Just find a way to give this trample.
Well, no.
And there you go.
You're not playing this in a Storm deck ever. Like...
It's a fun idea, dude. Well, come on.
I mean, I guess, but like, I'm not going to evaluate Magic cards off of a niche interaction.
I think it's fun.
I think that this card could see play in maybe a Blitz Shell in some other format, but probably not, because like it's 3 mana. Most Blitz cards you want to be playing at like 2, right? And this card's 3.
I think this.
It blocks really well. It's an 0/4. I think I'm not putting this anywhere above B. Like in limited, it's really good, probably, but like. It just doesn't. It's a big brick. You know what I mean? You're just throwing a big brick, and that's it. It can draw you a card, but only if you cast something 4 or greater. Like, when is that happening?
You can't get a head wound from a big brick.
You can, but if you throw another person in the way, it's not going to happen. So, like, I think this card is totally fine.
Yeah.
And it's not going to see playing Highlander or really Commander. Maybe Standard, most definitely limited. So that's why I'm putting it in, like, high
B tier,
C.
baby.
B? Sure. Let's do low B. Next, we have Sin. Spira's Punishment. 4 and a Sultai for a 7/7 Leviathan Avatar with flying. Whenever Sin enters or attacks, exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random, then create a tapped token that's a copy of that card. If the exiled card was a land card, repeat this process. Commander card.
Yeah.
C. We're done here. Limited bomb, though. I did lose to this in limited. Squall, Seed Mercenary. 2, a white and a black for a 3/4 human knight mercenary. The font's getting really small in these type boxes. Rough Divide. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. We've already seen that on a creature.
Yeah, that was already in this set.
That's weird. Okay, whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card of mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, so this is a very similar card to the other one, but this one's so much better. Because, one, obviously it has double strike, and then if it hits, you return something, and then if it hits again, you return something else. It's obviously already better than that red card. I don't know what we gave it. I don't know, but it's like it's the same card except it gets permanents back. Yeah. Does not give them finality counters, and it gets double strike in white black instead of red.
Ooh, that might be an A. A build around.
A might be too far. He's cool. He's cool. You know what? I don't care. Put him in A. He's interesting. I think that he requires a lot of other things, so I would put him in B.
Okay.
So, because like you need a lot of other things to go right for this to do stuff, and it doesn't have any ETBs, so it's a commander card at best, and it's fine. You know, if we're putting lightning in A, this is a B. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. Next we have Tella, Great Sage, a 3, a blue, and a red for a 3/3 human wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. If 4 or more mana was spent to cast a spell, draw 2 cards. If 8 or more mana was spent to cast a spell, sacrifice Tella. It deals damage. It deals that much damage to each opponent. Oh, whatever the cost was, it deals that much damage after you sacrifice it. I don't care.
C.
This card's fuck it. Put it in F. I'm never playing this card, and I'm never going to see this card. I do not care.
Nobody's going to find it.
I really like this card. Is basically a really expensive Young Pyromancer, right? Young Pyromancer is 2 mana. Okay, you don't care really taking off your turn 2 in a control deck a lot of the time, because whenever they play, you can just kill. Your turn 5 for a mid 3/3 that is trying to be a just worse Young Pyromancer.
F tier? Solid F?
Solid F. It can draw you cards and whatever, but at the mana slot it's in, there's just so many better cards in the history of Magic the Gathering, even in Standard. Just play...
Even in the set?
Even in the set.
Oh my god.
We're good. Put it in F. All right, Terra, Magical Adept. 1, a red and a green for a 4/2 human wizard warrior. When Terra enters, mill 5 cards. Put up to 1 enchantment card milled this way into your hand. Then for 6 mana, flip her. Esper Terra? Whatever the fuck that means. 6/6 flying. 1, 2, and 3. Create a token that is a copy of target non-legendary enchantment you control. It gains haste. If it's a saga, put up to 3 lore counters on it, sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. And for Chapter 4, add white, white, blue, blue, black, black, red, red, green, green, and transform her. Do her ETB again. I'm going to let you take this.
This is S. This is beautiful. Goes in Overlord. Goes anywhere. Gets you up to the beanstalk. Lovely commander build around. It's 5 colors. It's not spectacular. It's not CEDH, but it's good.
I think that S is too good for her. The card's good. I think that again, you said she goes in Overlord. I think that she could easily go into Overlord, and she could easily be taken out of Overlord. I think that she's powerful, and that her flip leaves her vulnerable. So that means we have to judge her entirely on that ETB, which is good. Don't get me wrong. Card selection, card draw, almost at this point. Is
it among the milled cards?
Yeah. Cards milled this way.
It's a little bit worse, but...
She is not S tier, I don't think. I think that...
I believe she is.
She's just, like...
3 mana, good ETB.
Yeah, no, I know. And she's a 4/2.
And she's a 4/2.
So she hits hard.
She blocks hard, too.
My problem with her is that I don't see her seeing play anywhere for a long period of time.
Okay.
Like, in Commander enchantment decks... Hell yeah, she's probably going to get played for the end of the days, right? But, like, she's not going to see playing Pioneer, let alone Modern. She's not going to see playing Canadian Highlander. She's not going to see playing CDH. She might see playing Standard for a while, but then then she'll just get power crept out, or maybe she won't even see playing Standard for a long period of time. I think that all the cards we have in S right now are going to see play for a long time, and she's just not.
I think she might.
Okay, and that's fine.
Maybe as like a 1 of or 2 of in list, but I think she's going to be there.
I'm fine putting her at a low A.
Low A?
I personally would never play this card. Like in any deck. I would just find probably better cards, even in standard, to play over her at the 3 slot.
That's crazy. I played her in limited, and she was wonderful.
Oh, of course she's great in limited. Are you kidding me? She's a bomb in limited. She fucks in limited, dude.
I'll build a deck for her.
Okay, you proved me wrong. You can put her wherever you want.
I'll put her in Canlander.
Since you're editing, you can put her wherever you want, but I would put her in A.
All right.
Like a low A. All right, next we have Titus, Blitzball Star. 1, a white and a blue for a 2/1 human warrior. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a counter on Titus. Whenever Titus attacks, tap up to 1 target creature you control. Limited card. C. Good limited card.
Yeah.
Very good limited card. Not very main character energy for a main character, bro.
Yeah.
Not very cool. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't have anything to say. Like, you'd think you'd play him in the artifact decks.
You'd think he'd be better, too, which is crazy.
Well, he has another card, I'm pretty sure, right?
Maybe.
I don't know. Ultimacia, Time Sorceress. 3, a blue and a black for a 4/5 human warlock. When she enters, surveil 2. Very lackluster. But at the beginning of your end step, you may pay 4, a blue, a black, and a black for, and exile 8 cards from your graveyard. If you do, transform Ultimacia.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a lot of mana.
Yeah.
What was that? 8? 8 and 8 cards, yeah. So for a 7/7 with Menace, and when this creature transforms into Ultimacia Omnipotent, take an extra turn after this one. Okay. This isn't even a limited bomb. This is just like a limited, like, win the game. Like,
yeah.
I think she's, like, really mid.
She's mid. Take an extra turn on her, add something, but...
Like, holy shit, you're never getting there.
Yeah, so taking that extra turn is literally just because
that's
you had
all
to
she's
flip her.
worth, and you're never going to get there.
Exactly.
So, like, I think if you're building a take an extra turn commander deck where you play every single card that says take an extra turn on it and nothing else, you can play her.
F.
Yeah, super F. Maybe the worst card we've covered so far.
I don't think she's that bad, but...
I think she might be the worst legend in the set.
Really?
She just doesn't do anything. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen a card say take an extra turn on it, and I don't think about playing it. Like, usually when something says that, you're like, oh, yeah, this card's just like, okay, like, that's far too much to ask for in a game of Magic, except for maybe Commander, and even then it's a lot. So, we both agree on F, but I think she's honestly the worst we've covered so far. Next, we have maybe the best we've covered so far. VV Orniter. 1, a blue and a red for an 0/3 wizard with 0. Add X mana in any combination of red and or blue, where X is VV Orniter's power. Activate only during your turn and only once each turn. Does not say as a sorcery. Does not say as a sorcery.
Crazy busted.
Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on VV Orniter, and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Holy shit, this card does everything.
Busted.
It kills your opponent in 2 different axes, okay? it shoots them for damage, and it gets big as shit, okay? Then it also adds literally as much mana as you could ever want to your mana pool. It goes infinite with a ham sandwich. It's playable in CEDH as the commander. It is playable in Canadian Highlander, in combo decks, artifact combo decks mostly.
Playable in standard,
playable in standard,
playable in limited if you draft
this
the right
is the
deck.
first bomb we've seen that in limited it might be its worst environment.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably see play in Pioneer. I think it'll probably see play in Modern. It might see play in Legacy, but probably not, and not in Vintage. Maybe in a combo deck, but like probably not. Just play Workshop, dude. Get over it. But like I think that personally, I saw this card and I thought this is kind of like Urza, but a little different because you play all your artifacts.
You get to tap from it, yeah.
She checks all those artifacts and goes, okay, here's your mana for them, right? But then you also get to tap those artifacts if they are mana rocks for mana on their own. So it's a little different. And I think that he is just a very strong, powerful build around. And I'm going to play the shit out of this card in so many different artifact decks, if not just like spell slinger decks. You could even play it in a blitz deck, okay? This is the most S of S tier cards we've covered so far. And it's not even close.
List.
Yeah, top of the list, banger. Maybe below Cloud in some arguments, but I'm putting it above Cloud. Okay. Next we have the Wandering Mistral. A green and a blue for a 1/3 human bard. Lands you control enter untapped. Great, that's all this card needs to say for it to be like interesting in some situations. But it also has, at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 5 or more towns, create a 2/2 elemental creature token that is all colors. Then, for Wooburg and 3, so 8 mana, other creatures you control get +X/+X, where X is the number of towns you control. I don't know, man. It's fine.
I think this is busted. Are you kidding me? You get access in Commander. Right?
Okay, sure. We're not talking about like anything else.
You get 5 color best creatures from all the colors.
Yeah, sure.
And then add some way to add infinite mana. You're there.
Great, you broke infinite mana.
There we go.
Well, no, you need a town, at least one town for it to matter.
Yeah, sure, but...
I'm just saying that, like, if you want to build the town commander deck, which they have made it possible for you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you could also put gates in there. Those enter untapped now.
Yeah.
Okay, you can play those snow lands from Kaldheim. Those enter untapped now.
Ooh.
You know, if you want to know the feeling of playing duels, but you don't want to spend all the money.
Better than an OG duel because it gains you a life and it enters untapped? Oh!
They don't have land types. Okay, well, I think that this card is a C tier, maybe B tier.
I think it's a B tier build around.
Sure.
It's good.
I don't want to argue with you because I honestly do not care that much. I think this card's like, it's interesting, but I'm not that interested in it, right? Like the other card said like discard a card and draw a card when a land entered. That's more exciting than this.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, yeah, it enters untapped, cool, but it doesn't untap the land. If it did, we'd have a different conversation, right? If it said like when a land enters untapped, or when a land enters tapped, untap it, then we could put triggers on the stack and do some stuff. But this just says that it enters untapped. So it's like less interesting for me. And it's a town build around. I don't care. B is fine with me. I'd put it in C, but B is fine. Okay, Yuna, Hope of Spyra. 3, a green and a white for a 3/5 human cleric. During your turn, Yuna and enchantments creatures you control have trample, lifelink, and ward 2. Cool. Yeah. She has other lines of text, though. At the beginning of your end step, return up to 1 target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it.
For free?
Okay. Yes. For free. Wow.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that is really good. Holy shit. It's like the other card we were talking about where it just said enchantment creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just returns an enchantment from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Yeah, Commander All-Star.
Yeah.
Commander Enchantress All-Star.
What color is she?
She is green and white.
Yeah.
I think that she will see play in limited, obviously. Mm-hmm. Like, every card will see play in limited. That's not really a discussion. Will she win games? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she will win games. Because on your turn, she has Trample, Lifelink, and Ward 2.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of all your enchantment creatures. I think that she's a commander card. Mostly, though.
B. Yeah.
We have Zidane, Tantalus Thief. 3, a red and a white for a 3/3 human mutant scout. When Zidane enters, gain control of target creature an opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it, it gains lifelink and haste until end of turn. Ooh. Very good. Whenever an opponent gains control of a permanent you control, you create a treasure token. This card's neat.
That's cool.
I saw it and I was like, I could build this in Commander, but it's a C tier card.
Yeah.
And we don't have to spend much time on the last card. Wish we would have ended with like VV or something, you know?
Yeah,
there's just not much to talk about here. It's a Zealous Conscript, but only for creatures, and it gives you a treasure when you give it back, and lifelink. Mm-hmm. Neat. There are a bunch of special legends in all of the commander decks, and also even in the duel decks, they had some specific ones. No. This video is already too long, and I think we did a pretty good job being exhaustive this time. What, to you, besides all of the tier lists and everything, is your favorite legend from the set? Lightning. Not an S tier. You like Lightning? Lightning, yeah. Okay. I think that mine is either Omega, an F tier card. I don't know. I just can't stop thinking about it. It's a little silly. I don't know. I like my little freaks. Okay, in this case, a big freak.
No, Lightning's just so good. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, I know Lightning is good. It's just that, like...
That's why it's... Because if you get in, if you do
wins.
the thing...
Yeah, you win. You win the game. Good job.
You're just good.
Yeah, you're good.
Go.
Very elegant, but also dies very easily. I think it's between...
Bro, your card's bad.
Yeah, I think it's either Vivi, because I'm a spike as hell, and I think that card's obnoxiously cool, or Cecil. I really like Cecil a lot, and I will fight to the dead that card's probably going to show up in a lot of formats and be so fucking impressive. So, with that being said, this has been a long video, a long recording day even, and I had a lot of fun.
Me too.
So, let us know what you think we got wrong, which is nothing, because we are never wrong.
And...
Yeah, it's been a long video.
Let us...
I know, I'm tired.
And let us know in the comments who your favorite legendary creature is.
We'd like to know. Let
us know what tier it's in, too, so we can tell you if it's good or not.
Yeah.
Y'all have a wonderful evening.
Or a wonderful morning.
Or a wonderful afternoon.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Take care.
Later.
Bye.